Well, Scratch, sorry for the delay. I reinstalled Windows and a clean install, and getting my library connected I thought I had done, but it connected to a different install of SFM for some reason. So I had to do some funky stuff. So and let me, there we go. I'll get those for you too. Complete reinstall. Yep. I'm actually on 11 now. I was running into some hitching in games that no matter what I did, I couldn't figure out what it was. Everything was updated. Everything was there. It's just, I was running on a 4-year-old install that had been an update from Windows 7 to Windows 10, I think. So it was, it just, I think, not actually, I don't even think it was that. I think it was some kind of repair or something. So it needed a fresh, and I tried one of the games I was having the hitches on afterwards, and it was running actually much better. So that seemed to be a significant portion of the issue. Plus my operating system before was on a standard SSD, so I moved it to an NVMe. And it was on a 500 gig drive. I thought it was on a 1 terabyte. Apparently it wasn't. So I have upped that too. I just haven't put the licensing on it yet, so I can't do some of the customizations, but it runs. It wasn't too bad because almost everything I have is on separate drives. So like when I downloaded Steam, I just connected my gaming drive to it and all my games are installed. And then there's the cloud sync. So I did try to get some of the saves off of there, but I mean, technically that OS is still on the other drive, so I can always recover anything I want from it. But it was just, for some reason, I think Steam used to call its Steam library folder Steam, because I think when I moved my SFM folder out, it was just from the install folder. It was just called Steam. But if you make a separate library for Steam on a different drive, separate from where you've installed it, it calls it Steam Library. Well, apparently I had manually selected it at that point, but when I told it to go to that drive, it created Steam Library folder, and then it got stuck wanting to go to that SFM. So I had to uninstall it, which was a scary button to click because you never know what that's going to do. And then remove the drive, restart or close SFM, rename that folder to Steam Library, start it back up, add it, and then it was working fine. It was, oh, that was fun. I just did all that in like the last 20 minutes. So yeah, fun. But I'm glad it's fixed the issue. And auto HDR is actually pretty nice. I didn't have that before because Windows 10 didn't have it. There's some finicky stuff with 11 I just don't like, but I think they've improved it a lot since it originally came out. I still would rather still stay on 10. But I think we talked about this once before. Once SteamOS is up and running, I'm probably just going to dual boot, and I'm just going to have SteamOS running on one drive, and I'm going to have this running on another. And I should have actually partitioned this. I could have done that. Ooh. Not too late now. But having Steam OS where 90% of what I'm going to do is on that anyway. So on like Steam or like browsing the web, I don't need Windows for that. I'll just go to Steam OS. I want to be part of the solution when it comes to Windows control. And Valve has a lot of control on some things as well, but I don't like the monopolistic practices when it comes to operating systems for Microsoft. And so if I am able to, yes, I could go to Linux, but for most of the stuff I do, it would just be a headache. I don't know if I'd want that. SteamOS though I mean, that is Linux. It sounds better. At least an option. I don't know where Michael is. I don't know if he's... I have no clue where he is. I haven't heard anything, so I'm going to assume that he has ran away to Mexico. I should probably get a drink though. I don't even remember my water. I'll be back in a sec. I gotta grab that. booze. Derp is cute. Agreed. Don't tell Michael that. I think he knows already. I feel like we just need to make more horses with cookies. We've got 2 of them. Might as well just keep going. But Michael's in charge. But Michaelson's not here. What is his punishment? Oh, he actually walked in the door when I went to get some booze. So he's just having dinner and figure out from there. Otherwise, oh, that's the wrong one. I'll do that one. But because I reinstalled Windows, I don't know if the audio works, like coming from here. So actually, does he? No, I don't have. Oh, I don't have the music here. Let me see. I mean, I'm not hearing it. Yeah. I might have to poke at that a little. But we don't need audio, it's fine. I have to still try to figure out some goofy stuff with the okay, I'm hearing the music from there. I have to do some weird funky stuff with the audio because this is my microphone, which doesn't really matter, but this is my computer. This is the stream computer, and this is my speakers. So that's what's muted because I don't want to have it played out with speakers. But anything coming from the stream computer is done through the line in, and that is sent to A1 and A3, which is my headphones and the speakers. But I don't want it sent back to the stream. So that's why I have a fancy setup. I want to be able to hear what's going on there, but I don't want to have the audio fed back again. So, because I knew we're gonna be doing anything with any audio, and I don't have Photoshop installed, so we can't do any fancy texture work either. And I don't even have any of the texture software stuff anyway. So, what I kind of wanted to do was, we need to make a lot of these horses at least have like lively motions and doing something. I don't really care what it is, over the period of, something. Hello, yeah, hello, Victor. Sorry. This period. Okay. So they just need to do something, though. I don't know which one's which. Okay, so Mosaic. This one only has to really do stuff for like the first 2/3. Then it's gonna fade because the camera switches to here. Imagine her looking at the machine because she just doesn't know what went wrong. She doesn't, but that's why she should be a detective, because she'll figure out what went wrong. Let's see here. So if I was a horse in a science, I don't remember that. Wait, didn't we? I'm in the wrong file. I opened this one for testing. I think I realized that. This is the one I wanted. Okay. Yeah, this is the one we expanded on a little bit. Yeah, we were working on building it a little bit. Because I think there was 3 shots I was going to be doing on here. Yeah, there's probably going to be 3. So we need her to do, like, we need this horsey to do things. So what can horsey do? I have her with the clipboard, and it's supposed to be like attached. I could probably have her oh yeah, that's what I remember what I was gonna do now. I was gonna have her looking at the clipboard, then kind of like, oops, that doesn't work unless I have the model selected. There we go. I wanted to have her like looking around the clipboard, like around there. Today will be the day that will live in infamy. For today we shall discover the secrets of double fudge ripple ice cream. Ooh. No, she's gonna discover the secrets of Aperture's subject, whatever reports. Got notes too. Actually, Aperture is apt for this. I keep thinking she has cigarettes, but that's actually like supposed to be a pocket protector. But I keep thinking she has cigarette. I don't know. Maybe Mosaic's a smoker. Don't judge. Yeah. So let's have her just kind of do a little glance over. So let's just say, here. We need to keep her legs in place. Is the music really quiet or is it just my side? It is really quiet. Oh, actually, I have it just down a little bit. Maybe that's why. We usually put it at 30 and I'm confused. Let me know if that music is too loud now. Wait, that's just to you guys, so you're even hearing it quieter than I am. Wait a second. I'll turn that back down, and I'm going to turn it up on my side. Yeah, that's too loud. That should be fine. That's a little louder. If turned green, cancers your spleen. If turned red, soon be dead. I've been watching For All Mankind, and they had a bit where there's a shot or a solar storm that was fine on Earth, but because people on the moon don't have things protecting them, they were talking about the radiation things that you put on your wrist that turn red if you're basically gonna die. Okay. Really enjoying the show though. I just realized her technically front hoof here should also be the same spot. Not quite, but I'll worry about that afterwards. I want to look around it. Not quite. I'll do that. Lean her a little bit more. That makes sense for her hoofy. Why am I selecting her outfit? No. Okay, that one's fixed. I don't know if she was leaning up it this way, she would be bending her leg a little bit. And it's got the fun twist to it now too. Okay. And this one would be a little stretchy. Okay. Oh, I was like, oh, I can see your belly. But that's meant to be that way. You can see your elbow a little bit too. That always has a clip there, but that's an easy fix. Actually, that's not, doesn't matter. I gotta turn it back anyway. Oof. This is gonna be a fun one to do because you can't do too many. Like if I do like a motion like this and only that, it's not that bad to fix. But I technically should extend her arm out, and that becomes more than one axis moving, and I'm a little bit concerned about that. Let's see the clipboard. What group is the clipboards in? There we go. We have a helper for this one. This is going to just rotate a little bit. And probably go down a little bit. So I want to do a little bit more down. Just move her hoof. So how's everybody doing today on this wonderful Tuesday? Our weather here has been I wouldn't call it unnaturally warm, but it has been warm. All of our snow melted in like just a couple days. Thankfully we didn't have too much, but I mean, what was today? Was it today 50? Why is my thumb isn't working on this thing? Yeah, I think it hit 50 today. It's actually gonna rain. Jesus, is it gonna get to freezing overnight? No, okay, so we don't have ice in the morning. Yeah, we have 50 today. We had 49 tomorrow, 46 Thursday, 48 Friday, 51 coming up on Monday. Like, it's a nice reprieve. Hey, the Philip. I just popping in real quick to say hello. Well, hello. How are you doing? I'm doing horses. Is that surprising? Saying it's, I think I can picture Mad Sidetwine being the founder of Aperture Testing. Yeah. But it's nice, don't replace Cave Johnson, because Cave Johnson's a treasure. Doing well, a bit eepy, that's all. Oh, that's understandable. I've been doing it where I've been having coffee and caffeine on the weekends, and then nothing during the week. So I always feel a little bit more tired during the week, but I don't think it's that I'm any more tired. I think it's just I'm used to my weekends being like pretty alert. But I'm still feeling better than if I just had coffee every day. Not that level of tired. I kind of feel like she needs to look like she still has a grip on this. That didn't really feel like she had a grip. need to bend it. I need to hide that, but I can't. I don't want to do it by physically moving things because it just causes problems. How's that look? That looks fine. Spent a couple of hours on the phone trying to get a prescription refilled and a dentist appointment. I have to wait for the doctor and the only appointment in July. Really? That, yeah. Do you drink tea? I mean, not regularly, no, but I like ginger tea, so I have some of that around. But no, I don't tend to drink any tea. During the week, other than like on stream days, I'll have like booze and stuff. Other than that, I really just drink water. I don't drink anything else. It's either alcohol on streams or water, or every now and then I'll take like a can of carbonated water, which is just water anyway, and just mix it with a little bit of juice if I want something a little sweeter. But otherwise, I don't drink anything other than water. And then coffee a little bit. But yeah, I try to drink like about 1.5 of these a day. I'm pretty on track for today. Is included too. I like how I knew I wasn't going to have to worry about that one side, so I just didn't care about overriding it. Do a little less angry and a little less relaxed. Oh no, keep the relaxed on there. Wide? Where's wide there? No. Come on, make it look like she's kind of like looking up. Yeah, there we go. Maybe that'll be a little better. Yeah, keep that sad on there now a little bit. Sad, just more of that relaxed. We're supposed to be kind of nonchalant. I found a blueberry and huckleberry pie sour. I'm not a fan of sours, but usually if it has pie in it, they try to add a graham cracker flavor. I would say this is kind of light on the graham cracker flavor. I got one once. It was expensive. It was like $25 for 4 cans. We got it for podcast night once, and those were called, I think it was a blueberry pie, had a bear on it. Those were really good because it was very pastry taste in it, very strong. It just tasted like cake. For a sour. I actually have another beer for a little later too. I have found a chocolate orange stout. Found it interesting. I didn't think that the clipboard went down enough. But if this is the angle, no, I'm not really liking that change. I move a little bit to that side. The eyes are fine, but I think the eyes... I think they might have the texture thing turned off on them. Seems a little weird, but I don't have the software for that right now. You.
Is me.
Horse.
Horse. I like those. That one's good.
Making her
Very green.
kind of look over. She's got underpants on her face.
Wait. Oh. Is that underwear on her face?
Mm-mm. It's a...
Oh.
I think somebody made it during COVID.
Works.
It was, yeah, it's just a face mask.
Pony's gotta stay healthy. Given what they're working with, I feel like she's not wearing enough protection.
What does she work? No, that's all she needs.
Any of that crap gets on you.
She already has. She used to be a gray mare.
Oh no, green now.
And she's still strong, though.
Yeah. I think you can get a little bit on you and just basically get only a little bit of cancer.
Problem with a little bit of cancer is it tends to become a lot more cancer.
Yeah, if it's not taken care of. I think that was the thing with Pip when she got a little bit of it on her. Doctor was like, yeah, I managed to take care of it. You got here just in time. Though, I mean, it's not like it won't have effects. Like, you're cured, but...
Don't do that.
Yeah, it's gonna linger. Yes, hello, Sunset. Hello, Philip. Hello, Padded. No, you get British. I did get British.
I feel like you should have that redeemed on your game nights.
Yeah, but I don't stream enough to activate that kind of stuff.
I heard you broke a mission.
Yeah.
Because you, ignored it.
I didn't ignore it. It kept breaking, so I just tried to jank it instead.
I don't want to pick me up.
This is freaking Scope talking.
No, I think Denise said something.
Yeah, she was
it's supposed to be
watching.
like a boxing ring, and then you just beat up everybody else.
No, I beat up the one guy, but the guy was talking, doing the announcement thing, and I realized I could move, so I just started punching the guy in the face. He still kicked my butt because he was way strong.
So you started beating him up well before you were supposed to.
Like a solid minute. I was just punching him in the face,
probably
go down.
He probably had immunity.
No, he was taking damage.
He was just standing there?
So much health that...
You were just that bad at it?
Yeah. That was part of it. And then it broke one time. The mission just straight up broke. I'm still at a point where I everything is super hard to get, and I'm just scarfing down every bit of plant life I can get just to get a little bit of health.
You've been playing for quite a while, though.
Yeah, I'm level 22.
I thought you were closer to the end.
I have no idea.
I guess it's actually nifty when you don't know.
I don't know what the end looks like at this point. Basically, I've just been helping one gang in the city take out another gang. Yeah.
What are you doing?
They're like the good guy gang, I guess.
The good guy gang? Is that their name? Wait. So they're the GGG? I guess if you're going to have 3 letters.
Yeah, I'm the good guy gang. I don't know. There's basically 5 forces that control the city. There's the British government, or what's left of it, which is just a bunch of people patting themselves on the back because they are so great, even though their backs are against the wall of the Parliament building itself.
They're making rules that nobody follows.
Yeah, nobody listens to them. Though there are some people who still look to them for protection, but they don't really trust them for their protection because they don't care about them if they're not part of the gentry. There's the gang I'm working with, which is just a group of people who will straight up admit, yeah, we're just a gang, but we're not assholes.
In that type of place, you have to have authority, but it's dependent on how you utilize that authority. If you're oppressing others, that's not good.
Yeah.
But
then there's the syndicate, which is a bunch of basically just organized crime. And the gang I'm with wants what they have. They're not necessarily bad guys either. But it just comes down to picking a side, and I picked one. The syndicate is definitely like better off, and they had more control and honestly more supplies. I almost feel like I'd want them to be the one in control. In reality, it seems like they've got their shit figured out. But I've been fighting them, and then after that, it's just crazy people. It's the hooligans who are just cutthroats, and they'll kill you for a dime. And then cannibals. Didn't side with the cannibals. I don't think you get the option to side with them. The second they see you, they just want to eat you. So
Then why'd you bring them up as an option?
they're a force that control part of the city. Like they just straight up control part of the city. Yeah, there's like one guy in the first town I found it. He's like, yeah, I used to be a cannibal. I got better, so you can trust me.
It depends. Did he eat brain?
He probably ate lots of bits.
Because if you eat brain, you're pretty much just screwed.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to eat. Don't eat brain.
Don't eat people
If
brain.
you're going to eat people, it's one zone, but brain is bad. It will make you, it'll fuck you up.
Yes. I think that was a problem in like some parts of the world.
Yeah, I think Africa, there was some that still practiced like sacrifices stuff. But yeah, and it's when it's like a neurological disease it can give you.
Yeah.
That you're eating a brain will F up your brain. Like they're like horsey. There's stallions, cute stallions down there. So, ooh.
No.
Are they naked?
Her sister would look too because they're connected.
Yeah, she just looked
She'd
through
be
her
like-
head. She can just like see through her eyes or something, right?
They're basically communicating with each other at all times. Though it's
That makes
so
like private moments weird.
It's subtle enough that they don't realize it. Like they have two thought patterns always going on inside their heads, and it's they've had it all their lives, so they don't even notice it. It's just, but they finished each other's sentences.
Were they kind of a reference to the BioShock guys? Because it
They're
came
very
out
similar.
Because it came out in 2013. The book was written about then.
Yeah, but the twins are just have the same brain. The green horses are actively psychically linked.
So you psychotic?
Yes, they're also psychotic. Any of the green alicorns, because of those two, are the ones who relay messages back and forth. If a green alicorn is like in the book at any point, the goddess knows what's going on.
Going for that
She
cookie.
got that cookie. They're basically the communication of alicorns. I don't think it so much bothers them as they consider losing the other would kind of be like losing all of your limbs. It would be pretty awful. But then we both got sucked up into the goddess.
Well, the other one, if they were in there, they would already be communicating with somebody else too.
Yeah. I think, yeah, they were so closely linked that I think it would have been impossible for them to be doing any task separately from one another. That gave them a huge advantage because they basically had two ponies, one brain, or they powered by two brains.
Well, then Michael, that sounds like too much horse.
There's a lot of horse in that horse. But it would make studying for tests really convenient because they could study different parts of the test and both know it.
That sounds like cheating.
No,
What about during the test?
they would both know it. If one learns something, the other one just automatically knows it.
It's cheating.
They got sister powers. That's essentially what it is. It's cute.
Sister powers.
Yeah, they got sister powers.
Come up with a better name.
It's weird. They're definitely twins, but they're just reverse palette swaps of each other. I guess they're fraternal twins, but they're psychically linked. Like he wanted to say psychotically linked.
Weren't they kind of crazy?
I mean, from an outside perspective, they might appear a little bit wacky because they're finishing each other's sentences, and you tell one something and the other one just knows it. So that would be
So why are they doing science then?
Well, they would be able to learn things twice as fast.
Yeah, but they could have done like street shows and stuff and done actually probably more money.
Yeah, maybe.
But I think instead, the book required psychotically linked characters, and because of that, they were inserted.
I'm thinking they get paid pretty good for what they do. They're the head of research.
I know, but you would think
all of the government.
I would think that at a young age, if you were like figuring out things that you could take advantage of, science feels like something that they wouldn't get into.
I don't think they ever understood it. I think Twilight's the one who figured it out. I think they just accepted it as normal. They would know things and not necessarily know why they knew them, but it was because the other one had learned it. It wasn't like she was in her head so much as like everything one knew, the other one knew. It was subtle, but
it's very psychotic.
Yeah. They did finish each other's sentences, which was probably pretty weird.
Street performing would be sweet, well, especially since it's one thing like if you're a street performer and you're performing a trick, but they wouldn't be performing a trick. Like a trick is you doing something that implies something else, like doing fake magic or something like that. But this wouldn't be a trick. It would be a legitimate thing they can do.
How impressive would that be in a world with real magic, though? You would just assume it's a spell they don't know.
You could be spies.
Yeah, that's what the alicorns are used for a lot of times.
Yeah, but you could have send one of them be like into the other side, and they can transfer that information immediately.
Yeah, that's exactly what the green alicorns are for.
Alicorns, that's what I'm saying. Them.
Yeah, they could have done that too.
Yeah, you're talking future. I'm talking like them as kids.
They only had those two though, so they wanted to use them for science. Because they can learn stuff super quick. It's got two brains working on the problem. Point is, they're cute, and you want to put them in danger. Stop it.
Well, the book? I'm not doing anything the book didn't already do.
They did get semi-murdered in the book. All I want to do is boop it. Take that mask off and boop her nose.
You can't boop it through?
It's not the same.
But isn't it kind of like booping two horses?
That's a boop protector. What if you boop them both at the same time? Would they boop overload?
So she's protecting her booper. Boops. Inside the mask is a thick layer of lead right to the nose.
Yeah. That's probably not healthy. Sniffing.
They don't, what are they, scientists?
They don't know.
It smelled good. It made her feel good. She can't have kids. She doesn't know why.
Oh, that's sad.
She tried a few times, but they were like weird. I can't remember what the lead did, but I know it after kids.
Well, it got into their bloodstreams and caused IQ drops across the board. I think when lead was in gasoline, it's blamed for killing more people than anything else in history.
Even the Mongols?
And lowered the IQ of a generation.
Even more than the Mongols?
Yeah, I think
Even more than the Black Plague?
Yeah, because there weren't as many people back then. We're talking like semi-modern America.
Haven't they said like half the people that have ever existed throughout all of time exist today? Or something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, I don't, maybe it wasn't half, but it's a significant portion.
Yeah.
Because we have so many people and they live for a long time.
Like leaded gasoline was a problem and people who were in the industry like fought to protect lead and gasoline, even though it was clearly a problem. That just speaks to the world we live in. I wonder what the exact number. Curious.
But you could do that with so many other things. You could pick things that were done 100 years ago, and because of that one thing, something else happened, and because of that, we are at a worse spot. So you never know.
Yeah. I'm just curious how many people died.
Okay, so we're at the camera motion.
Over 1.5 million deaths were caused by lead exposure and gas.
That is not the number one. World War II caused more than that.
Not by much.
Look up how many people died in World War II.
Okay, it was a lot more.
I'm
saying it was like one singular thing.
Well, yeah, but that one singular thing could cause complications in different ways. It all depends on how you define your boundaries.
Yeah.
It could say like, oh, was it only the people killed in the war or people that were hunted down and put in camps? Like, it depends on how you want to do that. But yeah, there was a lot more people in terms of a single event.
Yeah.
Because you could, if you really wanted to do that, then you could say the assassination in Austria led to more deaths than any other.
You know what? He didn't keep assassinating the same people.
No, but that one assassination led to many other things happening.
Yeah.
So because of that event,
that was one event that like killed a bunch of people. Like if one person made one decision, that caused a bunch of people to die.
Yeah, you know what? Eve. She ate the apple.
Yeah.
It's all her fault.
No.
We could have had a glorious world.
It's how you measure it, I suppose.
Yeah, that's all it is. And so you're just choosing to put up boundaries around something. But yeah, no, how much was World War II? Did it say?
It was like 85 million. Not the max estimate.
That's a lot of people.
But that's everything. Everyone. Civilian deaths.
Civilian deaths, everything.
Starvation.
Anything caused by the direct cause of the war. And you could, again, connect it to things since then. Yeah. Still, too, so. But technically, there's probably been, from what I've heard, potentially millions of lives saved from certain things that were researched using very immensely unethical methods.
Yeah.
So.
But the other part of the lead poisoning from the gasoline was just like the people who didn't die, they had brain damage. Like they said, a whole generation was made dumber by lead and gasoline.
Yeah. I'm a little concerned with the yeah, you can see it there, the rippling effect.
Is that gonna show what process?
Well, when the depth of field kicks in, it's going to look more like this.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't mean it will go away though. But also I'm running it at 720 right now. It could be, that's why I stretched this out. If you just stretch this out, you can see that the black bars kick in. This is max resolution. So this is native. It could be that if I do this in 4K, it'd be different. So I don't know.
I like the science bones. Doing science and stuff. Well, science. Is that what they say when they're doing science?
Science? Science formulas, microscopes.
And they drink various colored fluids.
Jay came on Discord yesterday and I mentioned I was kind of looking for ideas for anthology. He goes, "Oh, I'll send you some stuff." So he's already had
Sounds right.
He already sent me one bit of audio that I was like, he keeps, I guess, a folder or some ideas that require animation to make it work. And so he sent me one that was kind of funny. and we thought it'd be fun to make it a running joke, like modify that a little bit. So I have some ideas that came up from it, but he's going to try to send me some others.
Okay.
And choose green.
He just sits and thinks of funny pony things all day. He's as bad as I am. Except I don't remember them or write them down.
Well, he's been. I think he said that this month's quota has already been met for how much they want to get done.
That's good.
So yeah, they're doing really good on getting content done. Oh yeah, my dad was in surgery.
Like I was thinking today, the scene.
And he's out. That's good.
That's good.
And he's fine. It was for his
didn't explode.
Injured his arm and he tore the muscle.
Oof.
Out. And he's like, the next day he's like, oh, it doesn't hurt. But then they went to the doctor's like, we should still get it x-rayed because it sounds like it might be something else. And they did an x-ray and they're like, yeah, you tore that. You know, it doesn't hurt because it's just not there. Yeah. So I think they were doing surgery so they can reattach it.
They're going to sew it back together.
Yeah.
It's the only thing they can do with a torn tendon.
Yeah, but when he's, somebody in their 70s, anytime you're under the knife is a concern, even if it's in the arm.
He's probably going to have a long heal period.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, apparently it went well. So
that's good. Might be a slow heal, but he will heal, and that is good.
Approximately 69 days to your birthday. That's a long ways off, but nice. 69.
Oh, I don't know when my birthday is. I don't think I'm going to have it.
Of course.
Of course.
It's just Michael. Here goes horse. Here goes horse.
Like
horse.
I did have a random idea for the scene from A Christmas Story where he comes in and the parents are devastated because they've done this horrible thing to him. I don't know if it was the soap scene, but somehow applying that to like him becoming a brony, and the parents just like, where did we go wrong?
I put Twilight with the soap.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Or
not Twilight. Fluttershy. Yeah, Fluttershy.
She had a foul mouth.
I really want to use the new models for a lot of these.
I'm thinking of Twilight, or Sci-Twi.
Oh,
doing science.
Who has
just saying science?
Who has green eyes?
Applejack.
I was thinking that. I want to try to see, because these are the old ones that have like the shading, and I don't like them. It's just the cartoony ones like this one that don't have the shading, just are much cleaner and nicer looking compared to these green ones. And so I want to.
I mean, I kind of like them, but
I don't like them because in terms of lighting them, if you like lit them specifically, it actually kind of looks a little better, but it doesn't match the detail of everything else. It feels like it's too much, like there's too much detail on a giant eyeball, or if you keep them simple, it just looks better overall. Oh yeah, I can definitely do material of red on this. If I knew of a horse, I don't have to go and try to make a custom one. Really, there's only 6 or 7 colors that you might have to ever worry about, and as long as you have some horses with all 6 of the rainbow, you get away with anything. But this one, I believe I already have an override. It's already using Applejack's, but it's using Applejack's old model.
I just had another idea.
Remember different Applejack, but that's still not the one I want.
Remember Ed, Ed and Eddie with Rolf, where he says, "That's my horse."
There we go.
You could take that audio clip and have Applejack attacking Rarity, who's gonna smooch on Rainbow Dash. Then Applejack just comes in and says, "That's my horse." Beats Rarity.
What you're gonna have?
Yeah. And
you want a mare beat up?
No. She's
or is it okay?
Her wife back.
Or is it? It's okay if a mare is beating up another mare in a mud pit.
Yes.
Because then they're dirty horses. Well, I didn't add the mud pit. You did.
That's my horse. Yeah. And then she whacks her. Because it's her wife. That's my horse. You know what I'm talking about, right? Rolf? And Eddie? Hold on.
I don't remember that scene. I'm not gonna go and watch it on your phone.
No, I'm not gonna. You're not gonna watch anything. You're just gonna hear it. Hold on.
Yeah, Michael. Look at these. This is the difference between the two. I like this more.
Yeah.
That line gets annoying. The idea was also to make it simpler, and then the eyes themselves have a very small amount of eye refraction that tends to do light reflection around. You can up it a little bit, but it's very minor. It's like a second layer on the eye.
I gotta play this. Too much to your chagrin.
Well, the thing is, they can't hear it, so we're just sitting in silence.
I'm not even to the part
well,
yet.
You said here it is.
Well, I lied. Here.
I can't dance well.
That's my horse! Keeping up for run?
That's my horse.
Yes, that's my horse!
You could use
That's
this.
my horse.
It's so stupid. And they just keep going. It gets more intense.
Well, that's my horse.
That's my horse. Yes, and they're just trying to steal each other's waifus. Be so much fun.
It's white. Oh, I thought that's what they did about waifus.
Yes.
In that episode, it's about waifus.
No, it's not about waifus.
I don't care. I'm not gonna watch it, but like you said,
We
it was
will
about
get back
waifus.
to it. We can make it about waifus.
Since I gotta stop, we're going to dangerous
That's my
territory with the
horse.
mud pit.
See, they're already into it. I'm making fun of them. It's culture. It's my horse. That can be used. A little bit of creativity.
Well, yeah. So we were gonna see if we can load in the Derpy's type animation.
She's standing on the computer. She's hovering above it.
It's all about perspective, and when you're looking from this perspective, I needed to make it so that she was visible.
You gotta put her on a little stool or something.
But you're not gonna see the stool.
Yeah, but she's hovering.
Saying she can't fly?
No,
You gonna
she-
tell this mare, Michael? You tell this
flying.
mare that she can't fly.
Well, you're not a Pegasus. You're not supposed to fly. What's that? Definitely got derpy face.
Well, my mommy said I could fly.
Well, your mommy lied.
But wait, Michael. Okay, so she can't fly, right?
Oh wait, I didn't realize there's an endless void.
Oh no, Michael. Michael, there goes Horsey.
Oh, fall down. This way. That's sad.
Look what you did to Horsey.
Yeah, she's super sad. She hit the ground.
I broke my everything, Michael.
You're flying. You missed the ground.
My sister can feel this too.
Yeah,
It's double mare pain.
that would be horrible. They probably can feel each other's pain. Talk about like instant empathy.
But that's the thing, is like you're on your honeymoon,
Oh no.
and then like, and the other one's just like
Yeah.
she's watching a movie at a theater,
Yeah.
and then suddenly she's just
With her grandparents.
oh yeah, no, they were all playing canasta.
Yeah.
I don't have a Wilhelm screen button. I just have crack punch and quack.
Yeah, I didn't think about that, but I'm glad you did.
Why?
No, it's fun.
Falling to their death?
No, not the falling to the death thing. Canasta.
Why canasta?
I don't even know what canasta is.
I don't know either, but it's an old people thing,
Yeah.
right?
We're old. Well, you're old.
Not that old. Well, there's two types of old, and you're definitely beating me on one of them.
I'm winning on the one that matters.
Yeah. When the neighbor thinks that you're my dad.
Yeah. No, not gonna live that down. Actually, the one I'm really never gonna live down is that Culver's. Because you were standing right next to me when it happened.
Well, when I was there for the other one too, I just didn't hear it.
Yes, I just showed you
The receipt. Yeah, when you got the senior discount.
Yeah.
Well, I only have like 14 and a half years left, and then I get my senior discount.
Yeah.
Because it usually starts at 55.
Does it?
Yeah, it doesn't start at
Seems
60.
early.
No, yeah, it's 55. 55, I believe.
65.
65 is when you're
eligible for retirement.
Would you call somebody a senior at 65?
Yeah,
No.
because the government does. 'Cause that's when you're eligible.
You can delay it, though.
Yeah, till 70.
Till 70. But I don't know. I think I wouldn't consider somebody a senior until at least nowadays, at least in America, like more into the 70s.
Not everybody even makes the 65.
Like, I don't even consider my dad a senior. My dad's like 71, 72.
I have some bad news.
Huh. Yeah, but he doesn't act senior. He still wants to be active, but
Yeah.
he's hitting his walls now.
Hey, my grandfather was still climbing ladders until he's 90. They didn't make him not a senior.
Yeah, but my dad is pushing himself
Yeah.
a good bit harder than he should. I mean, he pulled that muscle doing the garage door. When he why are you doing garage door repair?
Yeah.
With the garage doors are dangerous. He knows what he's doing, but
Yeah,
still.
well, that's the problem. When you get older, you know a lot of stuff, but then your body doesn't really let you do it.
Yeah, your body's going to give out and trying to do certain things.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's
That's why people who are older tend to be in management positions, because they know shit, but it's harder for them to do it.
It's not because they can't do physical. It's also because at that point they just know so much. The
Yes.
knowledge is more valuable.
Yeah.
But my dad's been doing some like stocking at a local store. So to keep, because you can make us so much when you're on retirement. But yeah, he's that keeps you moving.
Yeah.
And stuff. So
Good to keep moving.
my old boss is retiring. He's 67 or 68. But he plays hockey.
Yeah, one fall and he's done.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No, he's kept up a good physique most of his life.
Yeah.
To where he has tons of energy and he still goes and works out and stuff. He's he does very well for his being older. He'll play hockey and still has no problem.
It's one injury though.
But he's getting to the point where he's delayed retirement because he's like, I'm still fine.
Yeah.
But yeah. How are you using Windows 11 or switching from Windows 10? I'm using Windows 11.
Are you?
Yeah, this is Windows 11.
Oh.
I don't have it registered yet, so
yeah,
I have to
it's
use the
all weird
wallpapers,
now.
but I reinstalled Windows and it was not bad,
I
but
already
it fixed
hate
most of my issues with games. So it was Windows.
I hate it. I hate the taskbar. Can you make it like the old taskbar?
What's the difference?
It looks like Windows 8 taskbar. It looks like you took a step back.
Well, it's because I can't customize things until I register it, so I can't make it dark. So I once that's done, I'll make
So
it
after
dark.
they've data mined you, then you can
But you can
change it.
what did
I think they made it
I
on
default
purpose.
everything. They wanted it, they had the search bar, got rid of it. Task view, rid of it. Widgets, got rid of it. The one that was most annoying for people. Yeah,
Cortana.
was this the centered one?
No.
Which I understand having it at the center,
No, I don't.
but
It's a wasted space.
no, because this is wasted space too.
No, you could just add stuff to that space.
You can do with the center one. You never put anything
weird.
there.
I have lots of tabs that I keep open.
Okay, so all your data are belong to us. Yeah. But if I'm going to reinstall Windows, I wasn't going to reinstall 10 when I'd have to go and do it again in the next year. So I just said, screw it. I'm just going to go to 11 now and not worry about it. The one thing I don't like the most about Windows is the start menu. I before was able to put all my stuff that I liked and organize it how I wanted. Now all you can do is pin and it just puts it all in alphabetical order. So you can still go to all, but you can't get rid of this recommended list, which I don't care about recommended. I just want to go to the things that I need to do, not the most recent, because this changes. So I don't want to rely on it. So, yeah, the pinning on here of that means that I can't put as much stuff there and I can't organize it into groups.
The default does appear to be the ugliest green I've ever seen.
No, it's not that it's green. It's going with this. It's coloring. Yeah, you can see there. It's just coloring it based on that. Taskbar is a little taller Because like here on the other screen where the follower bar and stuff was, it would have the same height, but now it's a little bit taller. I wish I could scrunch that down a little bit more.
I don't like that your wallpaper doesn't have ponies in it.
I can't change the wallpaper.
Really?
Well, if you haven't registered your window, you can.
I get that.
No, you can use.
But-
No, you can literally download Windows for free and use it completely for free.
Yes.
It's just that if you don't register it, certain options are disabled. You can still work it perfectly fine. You can still install programs and use it. But if you want to pay, if you want to change your own wallpaper and stuff and certain customization, yes, you have to have it.
Who's gonna just not change their wallpaper though? Who's gonna look at that?
Who cares? Like most of the time, you have something in front of it.
I gotta have my derpy pictures.
I know, but you only see the wallpaper when you've closed everything.
Yeah.
I don't see the wallpaper very much. So I just need to get it registered. But it used to be if you didn't register it, it put like a thing down here. Now they just don't care.
Well, they just figure you'll definitely register if they just give you ugly pictures.
No, that's not going to stop most people. They're not going to care about pictures. They're just going to care that they can go and open their Call of Duty.
You said duty.
I did. I was trying to do something here. I got distracted. We need to get rid of that, and that. Import animation. We need to load.
Blueberry pie one's pretty good.
It's less pie than I would like. Like, remember that blueberry pie one I got once for podcast a while back? That was really good.
Yeah.
That was a good one, but it was just expensive. Actually, not really. Things have kind of gotten more expensive where this was only a couple of dollars less than that was.
Yeah. I'm thinking I'm gonna have to take down my ponies on Thursday. The ground isn't frozen anymore.
Yeah, I've been going to do some of that too.
It's like right before Declan comes, so I'm like kind of sad, but at the same time, they need to come down.
No, that's not what I was looking for. What am
I don't like taking ponies down.
Oh,
Jack.
DMX. Okay, I was like, I'm having a brain fart.
Why can't we have year-round outside ponies?
No.
So you said I could keep them up indefinitely, forever.
No,
Pretty sure
but
that's what that meant.
Percy does taxes.
Oh, she's doing science. Look at her go.
No, I don't want to have her
Like the Pokey
doing
Derby.
quite
Pinky Dragon.
that level of, I guess I can only call intensity. But what I can do first, I need to figure out where this is repeating. I'm probably gonna have to have it go a little longer. Here to here looks like thing. Yep. Going a little long, but oh, I didn't realize I had kept the keyframe on here. Data center orientation. I don't mind it, but I would never want to use it myself. I think it's okay for people that
I think it made me vomit a little when I saw it.
it's just we're used to a certain thing and I don't want to change what I'm used to in that regard, but I can see that having to go all the way to the corner compared to the center for things, it just, to me, it's more of not even just consistency. I always want to know that the thing I'm looking to go and grab or do or something from is always in the same place. That's why I don't want the recent items, because recent items always change. So if something was there before, now it might change and move somewhere else. It's not going to save me any time. I'll just know where the program is. If it's in the center and I add a new thing that's pinned there, now it's going to move everything. And now that thing I was used to going into somewhere might move a little left and right. That's really nitpicky, but it's just, I don't like it.
I'm going to use 10 until I'm forced to do otherwise.
You'll never be forced.
No, some program will come along that will require 11. And I'll need to use
Not for a
that
very
program.
long time, but it's the lack of security updates. That's
So what?
because if you plug open up a system with XP and just connect it to the internet.
Yeah.
The amount of Trojans you will get almost immediately is crazy.
Yeah.
because the system hasn't been updated. Everything knows about everything, and they're just pinging everywhere to try to find those systems. All it takes, thankfully, our network is smart and tries to block some of that stuff, but it doesn't mean it's always going to. All it takes is that one wrong ping, and then suddenly you have something on your system. So it's those security updates that are good.
You have to open up a back door.
No.
Anything to get in your computer.
No, it just it knows the back doors.
Yeah.
It can just waltz its way in. It all as your computer just says, okay, do what you want, because it just ignores all the security. No, it's I watched somebody do that where they plugged it in. I think they plugged in an XP system, and literally you could just see the stuff happen in real time. Like, it was nuts. So yeah, eventually any system will become like that once they stop doing security stuff. I'm enjoying here so much. Bucket, I'm grabbing a beer. We're just chatting. We're barely doing horse.
No, you need to do more horse. In fact, if they smooch each other, the sisters, I mean, does it like create a feedback loop of smooches? Like, then it just like keeps building up on itself for the amount of smooch they're experiencing? How does that work?
This is territory that you're going to be writing, and that scares me. It's like the two mares, they fell in a mud pit. Michael, what happens?
Oh.
Yes.
Yes.
You just start foaming at the mouth and fall over.
They had that Applejack episode where she was in a mud pit with a pig.
Does that look like pretty normal typing?
Yeah, I mean, with hooves, but yeah.
Well, it's going to be like from this, not that angle. From like here. You can't even see the hooves. That's...
Oh, she's moving. She's doing stuff.
Well, I probably am going to...
Just have to have her eyes kind of go back and forth across the little stream.
Well, that and certain bits here, I'm going to have to just take and like extend. Like, she's typing, and then she'll have to slow down. Because the idea being, she is, like, type something and then is reading it.
Mm-hmm. She can't type and read at the same time. It's too much. Your sister actually takes most of her brain and uses it.
Okay, it seems still a little bit strong. I'm going to just smooth it instead of reducing it. And I'm going to take the head and the neck and reduce that a little bit as well. But this might counter other motions and actually make it worse. Yeah, no, it just feels weird.
That's kind of how the early internet worked, Sunset, is some people would buy their minutes ahead of time. And the internet would just tell you when you were out of time. And the thing was, remember the early AOL discs, like 500 minutes for free. Because back then, if you just having your browser open, you were paying for that. Like, you didn't have to do anything in the browser. It just being opened was enough, and they would charge you for it just being open. So in that respect, the internet has gotten better.
Well, kind of. Is more of they were charging you because they didn't have any other method to extract money from you.
Yes.
But now they do.
Yes.
Now they do data collection and all this stuff. You're still paying for it, just with not money.
It was tied into the phone bill.
Well, it's just now the data harvesting and everything. Things got cheap enough too, where I would say like hosting the internet cost them less in even in just straight number, separate from inflation now than it did then. Because the networking infrastructure is just crazy compared to what giant wires run across the ocean. Yeah, we had to pay for long distance before, but now there's just so many wires down there, and they're all subsidized by stuff that it's free.
When we say long distance, we don't mean across the ocean. We mean like the next county over with a different area code.
Yeah. But even like long distance across countries was used to be crazy expensive. You could spend like dozens of dollars for a short conversation.
It was in my early 20s that changed, and that's when I ran into my friend who's visiting. It had just become a thing. We had Ventrilo.
Oh yeah, I remember the good old Ventrilo days. Ventrilo was great.
Yeah. We typed to each other on an early version of Skype, and then we would jump onto Ventrilo to talk.
Anybody else here use Ventrilo? Hal, a separate question. Does anybody here even know what Ventrilo is? I think at the beginning of Horse, I was still using Ventrilo with some certain friends.
Yeah.
So like that was only like 13 years ago.
Well, when we started talking, it was on Skype. That was before Discord.
Yeah, that was when I know we were on Skype. I think we did Steam for a little while.
Steam's still valid sometimes.
For certain stuff, yeah. It has community features and they've always been there, but we tried doing it as like a different chat board thing. But once Discord popped in, that just changed everything.
Yeah, I still don't see the huge advantage for Discord over Skype. It's just everybody jumped to Discord, so.
It's because Skype was good for conversation. Discord is good for a community. You can foster communities and have groups for those things. It just was a little better for that.
I still feel bad for the people I barely knew, even though that we kind of left behind in the Skype group. Like Aurora is something, and then there was one other person that did not follow us into the Discord. Aurora Breeze. That was what it was.
I think that they probably did have accounts, just not that specific one.
Yeah, I made art for them during those days.
I wonder if Michael, guess what she has? Oh, she has hoosies.
Those are also good. Look at them. Those are good.
He's doing science.
He's doing science right now. Stand back.
Dun 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 dun.
That's some epic science.
Dun 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 dun.
That's how science works.
Dun 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 dun.
Science. I can envision the lightning bolts. Come with science. Prove that hooves are better than hands.
Okay, I like that more. Now I can actually see she's making a pie
on the console.
Well, she's on her break.
Twilight's not looking. She's like I told you to stop making pie on the console. But we're cute horses. We do cute horse things. And she's like, yes, I know. I like the idea of the ponies trying to be serious, but they can't stop being adorable. Like, they have a hard time taking themselves seriously because they're so gosh darn cute.
I wonder why I'm not getting audio out of SFM.
There has to be some sort of reference to a character who is so cute nobody took them seriously.
I have not set VLC as
I feel
my
like there was
default.
something in Adventure Time.
Yeah, I don't know. Sure. I'm not hearing that either. Oh, bet you I know. Cheers, Philip. You guys are hearing it. I'm just sending it to the wrong thing. I think it's this one. Yeah, there we go. Oh, okay. When I plugged in that other thing, I must have defaulted it over. What you're saying? Waiting for software companies to come up with your software usage time has expired. Please insert $9.99 for an additional 8 hours of functionality. No. I think because that's not subscription. They want monthly. They want something on the books that shows a consistent amount of things, so they can say this amount of people, then therefore equals this amount of money. Doing buying of time like that is a lot harder from a logistics perspective. It's probably going to cost them more. Charging you just for the month, because if you have to pay for 8 hours of something, you're probably only going to use it for a month anyway. Just charge for the month. Most people are going to use it for the most time or the full time anyway, and only a few people are going to be those power users that would make it cost more money to the to them than everybody else. I used to have a promotional disc from an internet provider. You load discs, input the pass key, and you would get 30 days of usage. After 30 days, you had to pay for further usage unless you uninstalled the software, reloaded it, and got another 30 days. Got internet for 2 years that way. Yeah, I actually had an old coworker that had AOL up until a couple years ago, and
Really? Didn't know it still functioned.
Yeah, but it was because they wouldn't let her cancel.
Yeah.
She called to cancel, and they would say, well, what if we give you another year for free?
Mm-hmm.
And she says, oh, okay. And then a year later she called and she says, I want to cancel. And they said, well, what if we give you another year for free? And she says, this went on for many years before she eventually said, no, I just want to get rid of it. So yeah, because the money on top of that was because they were just taking advantage of you. If you're going to pay it, sure. But otherwise, they don't care, and they'll just keep you there because they're making the money on all the other stuff that they do in the background.
I did find the bit in Adventure Time I remembered.
If you're out of beer, you want to go grab?
Yes, go give me more beer.
Well, I know you finished, and so I wanted to finish mine.
Yeah.
Do you want to go grab the stouts?
Yeah. Do you want to rent your glass?
Yeah, like a good bit, because that's a very different. Yeah, I heard you say something about video, and so I polished it off quick.
You're like, anything to get rid of it.
Is that but free is free? Yeah, free is free. Well, if you could have free internet right now, but it had to be dial-up, would you do it? Probably not. Think of anything you can do today that dial-up would even be enough. 56K? Like, how fast is that compared to today? So like if you had megabit internet, that would be 20 times faster. Yeah, it'd be approximately 20 times faster. And I have gigabit. So we're talking like 20,000 times faster. Dial-up, email and Discord. Thing is, Discord audio is 128 kilobit. Discord's audio is 2.5 times higher bit rate, I believe. Actually, let me double check. Okay. Because I can change the audio settings on here. Where do I change the audio setting? I know I've done it before. Is it per channel? Oh, it is. No, it's per audio channel. Yeah. Okay. So I have this turned up. This is 192. You can go down to 64, but it's going to start sounding like rough. Going above 64 may adversely affect people's but poor connections. Yeah, but even at 64, which is the recommended, that is eating up the entire data connection to be on one voice call. And I think that's only for the audio you receive. Is it audio you send to? If that's the case, is that going to be at 64? That's going to eat up even more. So yeah, it's nuts to think about how tight of a pipeline old internet was. Bringing up stuff I don't know. So see, I think I gotta get Twilight to do her move. So yes, I'm curious on this one. Dialed in beer. chocolate orange stout. I like the picture because that's definitely the chocolate oranges I'm thinking of. With oranges and chocolate. No, it says chocolate orange, not oranges and chocolate. Nothing else written on there, but it does say to
Shake it.
not. It says gently. I'm thinking it just wants to get the stuff off the bottom. Chocolate orange. I know. That's why I saw it. There's a couple that I saw today that were interesting.
You think like Jaffa cakes or there's some other European, like in Europe, they really like mixing orange and chocolate. Not really so much a thing here.
From a smell perspective, it smells like an orange chocolate, like candy.
Yeah.
Those are good candies though. The little orange shaped chocolates.
What Adams bring.
No, not the gooey filled ones. I don't like those. The ones that are shaped like an orange and you have little slices of orange that are chocolate. Those are good. Using my phone as a coaster. There we go.
I remembered the bit, the cute king.
Oh, that actually smells sweeter than I thought it would.
Do that with horses.
It is more orange than I thought it would be. I thought it was going to be like weak on the orange because that's usually what they do. It's actually pretty strong with it.
Trying
I like
to get
it.
my stomach a minute. Oh, rumbly.
Was my chicken not good enough?
Chicken was fine. Lightly undercooked, but that's good.
I put it in there for 2 minutes extra.
Yeah?
It was very crispy on the outside.
Yeah, it was. It was good.
It's all pre-cooked anyway, but
That's
I think.
good. I'm not so sure, but
No, it says 22 minutes and I had it in there for 24 and a half, 25.
no, it was good. It's fine.
And it was lower in the oven.
Yeah.
Like, so.
There was one part that was just a little chewy, but it was fine.
Well, that's just because it
wasn't-
was cheap Tyson.
It wasn't like the one time that I made like really raw, like
Burger
chicken.
or chicken or many other things.
I like my food rare, a little rare.
That burger was blood red.
Yeah.
I gotta burn that last background music. It sounds like cats stuck in a vice or something keeps cranking it tighter. It's just the lady doing the singing.
The last time
It's a good song. It's just
thank you for
background music
remembering
right now.
Jerry Lewis. I feel like fewer people remember him.
Hmm?
You did a Jerry Lewis impression. And people need to remember Jerry Lewis. Saying, "Hey, lady!" That guy is fun.
Okay, I think this is doing okay. I'm like, I don't remember it moving like this. I don't like that. I like this.
He was not British, I don't think.
Was he British? He was British enough.
He's part of the Rat Pack, but nobody remembers who that is. It was him. I'm British. And 3 other people. One of them was also pretty famous. I can't remember his name at the moment.
All right. What does Twilight do for? Oh yeah, actually, forgot. She's not done yet.
I kind of wanted it to be all epic, but then she's like slowly raising it up on an ice cream cone to her face, like, this is ice cream.
Oh, I bought you ice cream.
Oh, you did. Kind of ice cream.
Ben and Jerry's
Mm-hmm.
mint chocolate chip.
Remember what I said? I liked mint.
It's a very basic one for Ben and Jerry's, but I thought you'd try
I
it.
like mint.
You want that?
No. That's the other one I was thinking. It was Dean Martin. Is him, Dean Martin, and then 2 other guys who made up the Rat Pack, but nobody remembers those 2 other guys. Just Jerry Lewis and Dean Martin.
With watching For All Mankind, they do a lot of the old television personalities.
Mm-hmm.
The one has been Bob Newhart,
Oh yeah,
but it's because they were stuck on the moon and only had 3 episodes to watch.
yeah.
So they
Anyway,
and so they ended up all like having the joke amongst each other of hi Bob, so they always say hi Bob when to each other, and going into like a season later, and like somebody walks in the room, they go hey Bob, hi Bob, and they both go hi Bob, just because of that.
Yeah.
But the one thing that show has also done is, I think at least for season 2, they started getting digital replications of like presidents and other characters, and adding voices to them to like make scenes on television.
Okay.
So like the president's giving speeches and stuff.
Like doing AI.
Well, this is a couple years ago too, so I don't know if it was as much AI, but it is good. Like it's hard to tell the difference. Like even when they inject somebody in the background, because it was a made-up scene, it's easier to fill them in. It was crazy. It's really good.
Technology's crazy. Sammy Davis Jr., Joey Bishop, and I can't remember the last guy. Oh, for
Try the beer.
For the Rat Pack?
I think you'll like it.
I'm gonna try the beer. Peter Lawford.
But smell it first. Does it smell like...
I think it's probably a little bit more muted because you used it in the glass.
Oh, yeah, maybe. Might do it from the can first.
Oh, wow.
It's very orange.
It's very orange. It's way more orange than I was expecting.
In a good way. They normally mute it. It tastes like a chocolate orange.
Yeah, it's just like straight up orange juice mixed with chocolate.
Not in a bad way. I like it.
It's all right.
Well, you do like more like the just standard dark stouts.
It's I like it because it's different. I like trying different things. Yabba dabba dabba, not yabba dabba doo.
Though when I was grabbing the beers, I saw the Oliphant's Honey's Honey, and I almost grabbed that again though because I was like, I just like.
I thought do you like that or
it
the
tastes
honey
like
bun more?
The honey bun from Indeed?
Yeah.
No.
You like the honey bun?
No, I think the honey bun's fine, but the Honey's Honey, if you get it in a chilled glass, it tastes like breakfast cereal milk. It's so good.
He looks like she's faking it, and then hopes nobody notices. Like, I don't know what I'm doing, but
Doing science.
It's gotta keep pressing these buttons and look important.
Well, that's what all television does.
Yeah.
It's like, what is that person doing there? Science. Well, what kind of science? It's like, or hackers. When you're like, I'm gonna hack the mainframe, and just like they're just typing, but windows are popping up and disappearing. Like, sure, you can kind of do that, but
yeah,
I love watching like best of the worst of television hacking videos where they just pull up like weird scenes from CSI and stuff. It's hilarious. Like, oh, I'm gonna hack into all the cell phones in the area and see if I can triangulate the position of the car.
Yeah.
What?
I don't know. Actual hacking would just be somebody running a Python script, and that probably wouldn't be nearly as interesting to watch.
Yeah, most hacking would just be a lot more waiting.
Yes, waiting for the Python script to do its thing.
Well, or it's you pinging things or doing certain things and just typing. You're not going to be like frantically doing it. My favorite.
You're going to enter in like a line, and then the bat programs will. Like,
my favorite is the picture that has like a hacker with the hoodie down and like a mask. Like, I got to make sure through the internet there's animicity. They can't know who I am.
Be dressed up. You got to do good Guy Fawkes cosplay every time you're hacking.
Charlie needs to tilt her head back to see if she's asking there's anything up her nose. Borderlands reference. Is that from the movie though? I don't remember that from the game. She'd be like, "Shoot me in the head! Shoot me in the head! Not the leg, not the arm, the head!" Borderlands 2, you can't even, if you get a new graphics card, you can't play Borderlands 2 the same anymore.
Well, some
Because
features.
they removed physics 32-bit on the new graphics cards. So you can't play anything with physics 32, which Borderlands 2 is one of them. They had big goop. Arkham Asylum, with the bat, like just physics on his cape, were from there. But
guess you're just gonna have to run 2 graphics cards at a time.
You can do a dedicated physics card if you want, but that's stupid. Tales from the Borderlands. Oh, okay, I remember that a little more.
Like when you say new, like mine wouldn't do it.
No, yours would. Yours still has support 50 series.
Oh, then screw the 50 series.
Because they removed a technology that hasn't been in games for over a decade.
So I like old games.
No, those games will. Some of them have other options than physics.
Am I going to be able to play King's Quest 6? That's what's important.
Yes, because you can emulate that. The problem with physics is even with current CPUs, you can't emulate it.
It's going to be your next game, right?
What?
King's Quest 6.
No.
Darn.
The stream game you talking?
Mm-hmm.
No, we already have next stream game determined.
Yeah, but it's not King's Quest 6.
What is it?
It's that other one. The 4-player one, the co-op one.
Yeah.
In space. I know which one. I don't
In
remember the name of
space?
it. And then in space? Where is it?
It's
Looks like
taking place
space.
in like a fantasy universe.
It's in space. It's somewhere in space. Everything is in space.
No, we're gonna be doing
It's an alien world. That's space.
We're doing this one.
Like clearly in space.
This is in space?
That's space. It's like a nebula.
Oh, shut up. It's technically in software because they're like in a simulation.
Yeah.
That also did remind me though. Did you hear with TF2 that Valve released the source code?
Okay.
So, and they opened up TF2 to where you can mod it in any way you want, as
Sure.
long as it's not commercial.
Okay.
So people can basically make their own TF2 game from scratch, and all the server side scripting is also public.
It doesn't surprise me.
It's kind of
The
cool.
engine's been publicly available since its conception.
Yeah, but the source code means you can literally just recompile it as your own game, modify things. You can turn them all into furries.
I could do that I could have probably done that already.
I know, but you can rebuild the whole game.
Yeah.
Like change how combat works and stuff. Like it's kind of nuts. I think it's kind of cool. I guess to them, there's, the game's like, this is broken. How do we fix it? Well, we don't. We just let the community have it.
Yeah, it's unrecoverable at this point. TF2 has a bot problem that they have no way to solve.
John's eyes. Why are her eyes moving?
And I mean,
Oh, she's supposed to be looking down. And that's fine, because she's kind of getting cross-eyed here. Oh, no, because that's going to be visible still. Let me make sure that this is going to make her look weird.
Gary's mod is on the Valve engine.
That's
They already
fine.
owned it. I thought they bought it a while ago. At TF2, they wanted to let people like play the game on community servers, but have access to all the unlockables on the community servers. But in doing so, they lost control of like people's ability to use bots on those servers, and it just kind of, and they couldn't keep them off of their servers without keeping off everybody's servers, and they couldn't do that.
Cool.
So it just,
Do you know what's in those vats? It's cuteness.
a goop that turns
No.
any pony into a mare.
No, it's just cuteness.
Yeah,
It's condensed cuteness.
no,
And then they're putting it in Coca-Cola.
that's why it turns you into a mare.
Coca-Cola?
Yes.
It's right behind. Go running to the store, just drowning in it.
This is bad. It's like, why is the bathtub filled with Coke?
Because you're a celebrity.
Yes. Like, that's what you get to do when you're rich.
I was watching a thing because Adam Scott, who does Severance and Parks and Rec, apparently on set one day he had a bloody nose that wouldn't stop. And he kept making jokes that it was because he did all this cocaine. But by the end of the day, he's like, they definitely think I'm doing cocaine now. But apparently he had to go to the emergency room and they had to cauterize it.
Yeah.
And he says that it's a very painful experience.
I had a 2-hour nosebleed one time that I came this close to going to the hospital for. I was lucky I managed to get.
Yeah, having to burn it shut.
Yeah.
Oh,
They I used to get so many nosebleeds that they talked about doing that. I had not in my nose, but I had something similar done to my foot when I was younger, where they had to burn like a Funyun off, and that hurt. And it was just an old doctor. I remember his name. It's Dr. McKinney. Not that anybody cares.
Oh, good. They're going to look him up.
He's dead.
Well, they can find his grave.
He was one of the doctors who got in a lot of trouble for giving opioids out like candy. But anyway.
Oh, well, that's sad. He died then.
Well, no, he died during the lawsuits. Anyway. He basically had the equivalent of an old soldering iron. And he just took it to my foot. And it started burning things away. And while my mom held my leg in place. He took care of it. And it healed over time. But that's just how they used to do. It's like, what's that there? A growth? Well, let me get my soldering iron. Hold him still. And that was just legitimate medical practice. You know, often involved with the first words being, hold him down. This is gonna sting. Antiseptic? Not when we have Brutus over here to just hold you in place.
Antiseptic?
Not antiseptic. Anesthesia.
Antiseptic, like... That sounds very psychotic.
Yes.
That's because Valve's planning on creating their own version of Gary's mod that allow users to monetize their own game. Wasn't Gary working on a Gary's mod too?
I think that, yeah, but that's got to be the like ancient history at this point. Just didn't happen.
I'm gonna have her kind of do a little step forward. I think I'm going to...
I like your little shoes. She's trying to get them off. Just glued to the floor. He's become an alicorn. You did it. She mastered her craft.
Yeah. Because I think I want to have her do like a little bit of a step forward. The back legs, I probably won't have the back legs move. Just complicates things. But kind of like a resituating her stance.
Yeah.
Thank you for the follow, Kinney HQ, Kinney headquarters.
Girafficorn. Yeah. That's what that was.
Giraffe would be the neck.
They got long legs. When a giraffe is born, they gotta fall like a good story. The moment that they're like, they come into existence.
Yeah, most of them don't make it.
That's sad.
That's usually why they only survive if there's twins.
Then the one survives.
Mm-hmm. One breaks their fall.
I did see a comic page with Deadpool and Wolverine, and they were both jumping off of a building because their healing factors would heal them once they hit the ground. And Wolverine just grabs Deadpool and he moves from under him. He's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm not going to use my healing factor if I don't have to." Uses him for cushioning. It's good stuff. It's like you can heal for both of us.
Okay, so I have this done. There's now going to be 3 steps to this. So the first one, I'm just going to pick some random time. It's going to be, let's say, a third the way. Then the next one, actually I'll try to do this the same. Going to be 2/3. Oh, that didn't. I think I did that. Oh, yeah, actually, I did do that backwards. Because this first one already has this one at the beginning. So
She
we're going to
wearing
do 2/3 in.
No, she's not wearing a hat.
Nope.
I feel like she should be wearing a hat. Because she's wearing shoes and she's wearing a shirt and she's wearing a shirt under that shirt. But the only thing she's not wearing is pants.
That's just what horses do.
I know that's just what horses do.
Just because she's keeping her core warm.
I have to imagine the practicality behind not wearing pants is that pants are hard to take off for a horse. And you know, they gotta go to the bathroom, so it just doesn't make sense.
Why'd you make it lewd?
I didn't make it lewd. I'm making it why they wouldn't wear pants.
You made it lewd.
Didn't make it lewd. Working out the reasoning behind the world and play. I'm not the one who didn't put pants on her.
You would definitely want to put pants on her, though.
No, because I feel like
Give me that
lead to
horse
an
booty.
accident. Like
Lead to an accident where they go poopy?
well, yeah, they're like they gotta poop at some
So they
point.
got diapers.
No.
Everybody poops sometimes.
Like putting clothes on and off for a horse already has to be an arduous task. Can you imagine if you have to go to the bathroom and you just have hooves to undo like a belt buckle? That's not gonna go well.
Okay, so actually I did this kind of wrong because I need to make these step forward. I forgot to do that here. So that's kind of fine for how I did the thing originally, though.
I feel like waste management would be important, Sunset. Even in Horse World.
Why would it not be important in Horse World?
Well, they're saying they're just pooping anywhere. I don't think that's the case.
I mean, if they want to, are you going to tell the mares no?
I mean, maybe it's a little gross when you have the wherewithal to like use the bathroom. It's one thing if it's like a baby or an actual animal, but if you're intelligent enough to know you should be using a toilet, then use the toilet.
Oh, this is actually going to be...
She really did need to pee, yes. And she used an outhouse.
This needs to be 3-step.
And I think the only other time they showed a horse going to the bathroom was Granny Smith.
Oh, the legs are moved.
It was always outhouses. Yeah, they probably do. Like, they're not going to come down out of their clouds to use the bathroom. They're definitely just pissing over the edge. That's what I would do. Like, it's like, that's a long way down to that outhouse on the ground. Could just, you know, use this cloud here. I mean, you do the proper thing and you wait till you're not like floating over like a town, at least. See, these are the important questions we have to answer about pony infrastructure.
Okay, that should be fine. I know, kind of, this is not... to make some adjustments. Already locked, that's all good.
Yeah, but are you going to be like, fly all the way to the ground just to use the bathroom? You're pretty high up there. You're watching your show. You're just gonna like punch a hole in whatever cloud room you got some privacy in and just kind of. I mean, it's not like the earth ponies can come up and like yell at you. They're stuck on the ground. Like a bunch of losers. Though I have to imagine if that's the case, Cloudsdale has to not fly over large townships.
Well, it's like some cities have contracts that a fancier city doesn't want their dead people hanging around there, so they just pay a less or a smaller city that has like lower land value to host their dead.
Yeah.
It could be the same thing there. It's just like maybe like Ponyville has a section that Cloudsville can like fly over, and that's where they dump all the poop because Ponyville's already a poop.
It's Applejack's farm. They'll have fertilizer for the trees.
They miss.
Granny Smith got hit 3 times on his
Here comes Cloudsdale.
Inside, children, quick.
Could just like see in the distance, you know how like when you see rain coming down and you can see like the sheet of the rain, you see Cloudsdale, this is this brown sheet. Oh yeah,
They're dumping.
oh, those horses were making some big poop.
There's Chilly Night. Chilly Night in Cloudsdale.
Chilly night in the entire city.
Mm-hmm. It's a big chili cook-off. It's a citywide affair.
Like, oh,
There's a see. There's a video idea.
it's the fish fry.
Having so many. It's like the clouds. They're turning black. No, they're not. They're turning brown. It's a real shit storm. Yes, there you go. You made the same joke, Sunset.
That's the schedule from Dash. We're gonna be having a real shit storm this afternoon. So the trees will probably be fertilized by the time you get to school. It'd be covering the leaves.
Yeah, you wash them off.
With what?
With a bit of rain after.
Or is it when they come by for when they come by, because they're going in reverse order. They start with the number 2 and then they come back with the number 1.
Yeah. Gotta rinse it off. The farm's basically like their toilet. They gotta clean it. Every once
Is this
in a
how they
while.
the Apple family died? Like
Yes, they got hit by massive shit. Right in the forehead. Fell from up high.
It was so much corn.
Mm-hmm.
So much corn.
Somebody doesn't get enough fiber in their diet. Somebody shit a brick. Killed them both. What a shit talk. Oh, they're earth ponies. They're used to it. They're used to getting shit on. Oh, you're back.
This might be a little slow. Yeah, I'm gonna speed that up by an extra frame here. Her eyes aren't gonna quite make sense here, but I'll blend it out. Homer, it's just a little stinky. It's so good. It's so good. A massive crap hailstorm beat them to death. No, it's a reference because we had a bad fanfic where it was a story of how the Apple family died, or how the Applejack's parents died, and they bring up theories, and in the end it ends up being that they both just had a really rough chilly dinner, and they both went to the outhouse together and fell in to the outhouse and drowned out there. And for the story, I had Michael read it, and I had him do Granny, which is already a part that he would do, but because he didn't see it coming. So Granny's the one telling the story, and he's just like, oh no, as he's reading it. I can't remember what that one is called. Not resources. called? Oh, Granny reveals how pear butter and Right Mac really died. This is I like the picture for that. Yeah, it was. I don't have. Okay, it's opening it in Chinese because I don't have Word. Wait, can I open this in WordPad or did they get rid of WordPad? There's still WordPad. But that was a search. That's not what I want to do. I saw the icon. Okay, yeah, apparently I have to download it or something. Look, I can't open it until I get Word and Office installed. So, but yeah, it was something about that their fun theory was that they just fell in a shitter. So yeah, originally I was gonna have two, where I was gonna have one leg lift and then the other one, but I always forget that technically you need a point where both legs are on the ground. Otherwise, if you just have one leg up, then one leg up, and you blend them, they're gonna be both going up at the same time. You're gonna have this like transition point where they're both kind of off the ground. So you need a point where one's lifting, then they hit the ground, then the other one lifts. That's what makes it difficult with four legs, because you can start lifting one leg, but normally you can have two legs off the ground at once, but you should already be having another one prepped. So it's more about having one getting ready to hit the ground and whatever. Four legs make things tough. Nobody likes hooves.
What? I clearly better. I can prove that.
Explain how they're better.
They make you win at Gunfighting Herds.
Okay, you won. Well,
I won at hardest difficulty. I'm not that good at that game.
all you did was bash buttons.
No, I had skills. I think I could have taken on champions in that game.
I didn't create shortcuts.
The hooves guided the way. The game was made to be played with
That's not
hooves.
plex.
Not to mention they're cute. Hands aren't cute. Hands are like slimy little wiggly worms on a stick.
I haven't transferred Ciderfest 2024 over yet. Which
What are you
means
doing? That was months ago.
no, it's more of I just don't back up my phone like constantly. I just do it here and there, but it makes it so it's easier to kind of find stuff. Where's the pictures of Michael with hooves? Here's Michael with hooves.
Yeah, they were better, and I was better for it. Might make it hard to hold a screwdriver.
Yeah, he did get.
Got a certificate.
It's gonna be backwards, but yeah, he got an actual certificate, and it says, "Wow, you did it! This certificate represents the completion of your very real and very serious achievement in equine ambulatory excellence via the medium of electronic video games. 5 out of 5 stars."
There you go.
And it has a little picture of a horse in the corner that says "Nay."
It's pretty good.
It was actually the guy had the idea for the panel, and it was actually fun.
It was fun.
Yeah, I have the whole video of you.
Destroying them fighting herds with the hooves.
Oh, there hold on, I jumped forward. Yeah, so there's him. Looks weird when you look at it like that, I guess.
I'm playing the game with the hooves.
No, look, if we blurred that, it would be really bad.
You didn't show the game.
Well, I had to zoom in so they could see what was going on.
I won every match. They had to tell me to like go back to my seat because I just was not losing.
Yeah, they're like, because they're supposed to go to a certain amount of time, and you just destroyed it.
Well, he kept. He's like, okay, up the difficulty level. I was like, okay, and I still destroyed it. Like, yeah. I was pulling off combos and special attacks. It was pretty awesome of me.
It's like you've played the game before.
I was playing video games with hooves. I was never that good without the hooves.
So if you ever went and played the game now, would you put hooves on?
Yeah, I was playing against somebody, yes. And I bet I could still kick their butt.
I played somebody against somebody in the original Halo with my feet.
Yeah? And you killed them?
Yeah, I don't know if I won. I don't know if I won, but I was in contention.
That's amazing.
Like we had a pretty equivalent amount. Yeah, I just set the controller on the ground, and you can control your, the thumbsticks with your feet, your toes, and then if you just push your foot to the right, it would push the trigger down from the ground, the carpet, and you could get shots.
Nice.
So yeah.
I think it was like in Boy Scouts where I came across my first like open air outhouses, and it was very uncomfortable pooping situation. They were outhouses, but they didn't have doors. It really was just a pit and like a wooden structure around the pit. And I was
Thank you very much, Sunset, for beating my head. I like go trained with Derpy. It probably.
Yeah.
When we're in the Boundary Waters, there's no outhouse.
Yeah.
It is, they dug a hole out in the forest, and they put like something over it that you can kind of sort of sit on.
Yeah.
But there's no walls.
Yeah.
And so you bring your own toilet paper. Otherwise, if you need to go take a shit, you're literally just walking into the woods over a hole.
Yeah.
It's just a latrine. Essentially, there's nothing. So if the trees aren't that thick, you kind of have to. Normally they put it in such a place that you're kind of away from camp, but you're always just looking around, like squirrels are just watching you crap, and that's kind of what they do every day. But yeah, Boundary Waters are always like that, and it ain't completely dark. If it's really dark, it's kind of better, but also then worse.
Yeah.
You're going out there with a flashlight, but then you're also out in the woods with a flashlight where people then could look over and be like, "Oh, he's in the shitter," and you get to
I don't care if they know I'm in the shitter.
Yeah.
It's if they're like, can they see the shit? Then look at the shit.
No, there's a hole. I don't know who goes to clean that out. They do have what are they called? The rangers that go through, and they probably check that stuff.
Well, you bury it. I mean, your shit's no different than the bear shit.
Yeah, but eventually you're gonna have to dig a hole. You have to dig a hole somewhere else. The campsites aren't huge, so then how many different holes are you gonna make?
You make one big hole.
But then when you cover that up, you got to go to another one. But eventually
How much are you shitting?
Those Boundary Waters has been around for decades.
Yeah, I know, but you're gonna probably like the shit will decompose.
Maybe.
And just be dirt, and then you'll dig up the shit hole again.
Maybe.
And we'll shit there all the time. You don't see shit everywhere.
I don't know. I think we just haven't been looking close enough.
Yes. Everything is shit now.
It is.
Time has just entire Earth's crust. It's just a giant layer of shit. And in a way, if topsoil is just that, it's just shit. It's decomposed, and now you can plant stuff in it.
Dust is just skin cells.
Yeah, and the shit of dust mites.
Yeah, it's literally just don't lick dust.
It's on everything, but try not to lick it. No, we're covered in shit. Hopefully not like human shit, but this is a real long conversation about poop.
It's a natural
It
part
all
of life.
started from looking at Twilight's butt.
Poop is part of life. So with that really popular book for kids, Everybody Poops.
Yeah. At least we're not like the octopus, whose mouth and pooper are the same orifice.
That's efficient.
Yeah, true.
They identify species often by which hole comes first, because your entire body has a hole in it.
Yeah.
From your mouth to your butt is a literal completely open hole, and there's like
there's like sphincters that are closed.
But it's still there is
Yeah.
anything can pass all the way through, and they'll identify species of does it make the mouse first or the butt first? And I think the humans are butt first.
Yeah.
But that's why they were saying, could 2D creatures, two-dimensional creatures exist? And the idea is no, because if they had any way to absorb anything, it would also have to have some way out. And if it did, it would split it in two. Unless you had a system that it could go in and out, but then how do you do that? Because you'd have to have like a loop, but then you're also splitting it in the middle. So like that's why I say two-dimensional creatures can't.
Single cell organism.
No, we're talking two-dimensional. If we're trying to say
single cell organism could be two-dimensional.
No, single cell organisms still have ways of things getting in and out. If as soon as you make it two-dimensional, then you have a system of getting a place to go in, a place to go out, but now you have a full cut.
It's not like an amoeba has a shit hole.
No, they can.
They just absorb.
Yeah, through
excrete.
On the edges, they have little lock mechanisms that look for certain materials, and if it does, it is pulled through an opening that is made there. There is openings. They're just super tiny.
I thought it was like an egg yolk where it just kind of congeals back around whatever it touches.
But I'm pretty sure, like, even those, it's not like atoms are getting melted all together. It's actual proteins. The proteins are long and complicated.
Yeah.
So it doesn't work there. Oops, Cooper. No. It depends. It's just an earth hole. They fill with dirt. If it's concrete or no, it's not concrete for the ones out there. They usually have a septic service. No, well, like boundary waters, you're not allowed to have motorized anything. The only way to get anywhere is by canoe. You can't have motorized chainsaws. You can't have motorized boat engines. Anything with a motor is banned. So
Paddles all the way.
Paddles for everything. So yeah, there's no service of anything. So if anything needs to be done, it's just a ranger coming by on a canoe. A lot of times it'll be like
It has to be nice though.
yeah, like
Ranger.
the rangers will have, well, except for you also do winter and bad seasons and when it's hot. Boundary water's nice, but if you're there in the middle of the summer, you have black flies.
Yeah.
Black flies bite.
Yeah, they do.
And they will hover like this far from you.
Yeah.
And they'll stay there. So you'll have to put up bug fences on your tent to try to, because you can't just open your tent normally. You have to actually put up bug screens, and you'll sometimes even go out in the canoe with a bug screen on your face. So normally you go in August because the bugs are gone.
Yeah.
But then it's pretty nice. But then the water gets a little cold too.
As long as I can fish.
Yeah, you can still fish then.
I wanna
We
fish.
went, so in the summer, you only can camp at designated sites. So when you get a map and it'll say where all the campsites are, and you can only camp where they tell you can camp.
Yeah.
In the winter, you can camp anywhere. If you want to camp in the middle of the lake, go ahead, you can. But if you we ended up camping at a normal campsite because it's just convenient. Everything's already there. You have the fire pit ready, but there's no restrictions. But then you're just walking over the lakes and stuff. So, and I think we ran into a ranger. We were there, and then somebody else that was with us, or somebody else that was just randomly walking around too.
Do you remember what the ranger was, if he asked any questions?
No, they're usually just like, hey, any problems? Notice anything? They'll check you if you have a permit to be there.
Yeah.
But otherwise, they'll be like, is there anything you've noticed or anything? Because sometimes they're like, my brother had a bear get in their campsite.
Yeah.
And so they called, I believe, or put in a message to the ranger, and a ranger came by and ended up running into the bear. And then they're like, yeah, don't go back there. But
I like how when you you do the ranger, it's very much Minnesotan accent.
no, that's the way they are. They're just guys out there, like they're patrolling.
Yeah.
So they'll come by, they'll be like, hey, saw you were fishing, just want to make sure you have a fishing license.
Yeah.
And but if you have everything in order, they'll just be like, how's it going?
Yeah.
Because I mean, they're not going to go right away going. That's like their one time to talk with somebody.
Yeah. They probably don't get they probably have long spurts of just nothing.
I think I have some pictures of the boundary waters.
I think what's the game that kind of like where you play as a ranger, Firewatch, where it's just like, yeah, I'm just up here by myself, keep an eye out for fires.
Fire watchers, that's crazy. How
on the
alone you
radio,
have to be on some of that. I don't think I have it on here. Oh wait. No, I don't think I have it. Yeah, I don't have it here. Where is?
I think at the end of that game, you have to make your way to another ranger station, and it is a wreck.
Aha. Okay. Well, this is the winter camping. So this was like the Boundary Waters. This is just the whole place. Of like family in some of these pictures, so I don't want to open most of them. I want to see.
Definitely don't have to worry about flies that time.
We made a snowman.
Oh no! Let's build a snowman. Make him our best friend.
Yeah, but it's like you're just literally just walking over the lakes. There's like nothing for long distances. With their puppy. Long dead, but that was taken in 2006.
Oof.
I had actually a fairly decent digital camera back then, so I actually got
decent for 2006.
Yeah, it wasn't great. Like if I were to blow like this is 39%. If I were to go to like 100%, or not even. No, it's not. There we go.
It's still pretty good.
Yeah, so this is 2006. It was so yeah, it was a pretty decent one for 2006.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, my brother walking with the dog on the lake.
It's a happy pupper.
Yes, he was very happy because it was cold.
Yeah.
This was some of the cool stuff. Like okay, there's one picture of my brother here, but I love this picture because he was stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, that looks dangerous what he's doing.
What frozen waterfalls?
Basically just giant death shafts waiting to break off.
He had little booties he was wearing for a lot of it, but he didn't really like the booties. Oh, this was because it was really cold at night and we were warming up our feet, but we started melting the rubber.
Yeah, I've done that to shoes. Found fires.
But yeah, that's winter camping though. Where's the one from summer? Is this the same year?
Yeah, it must really like the Boundary Waters that year.
It literally we went there in January 2006 and then again in 2006 later in the year.
Didn't you say not to go this time of year? Because of the black flies?
No, this is like getting into August. Usually right at the end of the month is when it starts getting better. There's one picture from this though. I want to see if I can find. Yeah.
Oh, that is pretty.
That's a storm.
Yeah, it's pretty though. Go back. That is actually pretty epic.
Yeah, we were sitting at the campsite and they were listening to the radio and they're like, big storm coming like in the next 30 minutes. And we're like,
yeah, we see it.
No, it was sunny.
Oh yeah.
Like there's nothing. And so, but we took the radio's advice and we started buckling down stuff. And then that came over the hill. That was moving so quick.
Oh, yeah.
My dad actually took this picture and sent it into the news and they had it on the news one night. They were like, and this is a picture taken from Andrew Nelson up when they were in the Boundary Waters recently. And so that was kind of cool. That was a rough storm, but afterwards, double rainbow,
all the way.
I think it probably was, but yeah, I'm trying to like, for how pretty it was. I mean, this was.
You had a really good camera too.
This is the same camera.
Yeah, that's a nice camera for 2006. That's impressive.
But that was everywhere. We were at a temporary campsite in the morning when we were heading out. But I thought we had a really rough start to that one. Oh, I like that picture too with the canoes. But it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous up there. It's just
a while since I've been in a canoe.
It's a lot of work. But yeah, gorgeous area. Dog wasn't with us in that one. I think our campsite actually. We stood at this one with like a bunch of rocks.
See, that's not your brother again.
No, that's me.
See, now you're doing the danger.
That's just that rock was not going anywhere.
Well, I'm not worried about the rock going anywhere. It could be slippery.
Yeah, that was me 20 years ago. Yeah, so our campsite was actually on this big rock, which was kind of actually cool because we got to like sit up on this bit. We actually ended up staying here for, no, we didn't stay there overnight. We went there to temporarily look at it, but if we would have stayed there that storm, we would have been seeing it come at us because it would have been straight across the lake.
To be fishing,
It was fine.
did you catch anything?
I can't remember.
against the
Oh,
rock
here's a big
face.
panorama.
Yeah. Fish in the shallows.
So this was back where if you wanted to take a big picture like this was I think 3 pictures, and then you use the stitching software, and then you just kind of clean up the edges. That's why you can see 2 circles there. I used to do a lot of stitching. Some of these, I think like those 2 are the same cloud. Like there's some of that goofiness, but very beautiful area. Beautiful. Anyways. There's been a few storms like that. 1 minute sunny skies, the next howling winds, rain and lightning. It's just scary when you have no access to anything. You're in a tent and those hit. Yeah, the radio at least helps.
At least you know what's going on.
Do not go up there without a radio that has like a crank on it.
Why not?
Because batteries and everything. Just you want to have it where no matter what.
You want the crank.
Yeah, you want something to crank so that you can get power to it no matter what. And usually one with a light on it. It helps because there's the local Ely is the main city by there, and they have constant radio stuff with weather when things are coming up, so that if you're not hearing that moment, you'll hear it soon.
Yeah.
But so yeah, and they have an emergency station too. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. I haven't been up there in many years, but it's just camping's not really my thing.
I enjoy it from time to time.
I'm okay with camping, but that was like an entire week of it.
Yeah.
And you'd have to
long
leave
did you
super
do it?
early. We'd leave at like 2, 3 in the morning.
You don't have to. Somebody forced that.
No, we would leave because we'd have to get there by daybreak
Yeah.
so that we could get on the lake and get somewhere, because you have to be there by evening.
Yeah.
And we're not that close. It's 4 or 5 hours from here to get there. So you'd have to leave at like 2 in the morning so you can get up there by 6 or 7. You'd have to get your permits, get your canoe if you didn't bring one with you, and then get on the lake.
Yeah.
So yeah. The communion and the feeling you are from the city. All right, homilies. Yeah, the cool thing with there is not only is it no motors, it's no airplanes are allowed to cross it. So it means there's no airplane noise, there's no motor noise. You are miles and miles from the nearest, like the nearest big city is tiny. It's like 100 something people, and even that's like 20 miles away. So there's nothing. So when the sun sets, the sun will still be up and the stars will come out. It's black to the horizon. It's so pretty. I just like the lack of noise. It's just quiet. The only thing you'll hear every now and then is if somebody's on a portage and they like are throwing their canoe in the water or something, you hear like thunk, like echoing in the distance, but that's still kind of rare. And if they do, it's that one guy that just happened to be going by.
Or the bear, like just eating somebody. Hear that playing out. Look at that horse, by the way. Remember the horse? He's cute.
Remember the horse? I feel like they should have a fist with it.
Remember the horse.
Like this is like some chant against Hasbro. Remember the horse.
Yeah, that would be a chant against Hasbro because they have forgotten the horse.
She's like, and then she's like, I left the oven on. No.
She's like, oh no.
Oh no. And I put, and Scootaloo's on the oven.
I left Spike in the oven. I'm British. He's trying to teach him a lesson. I forgot he was in
He's
there.
British.
He'd be fine. He's a dragon. Probably likes it.
I went camping at once where it went from the mid 80s to below, or negative below overnight. In the morning, we were rushed to break camp and I accidentally froze my hand to a tent post. It was insane listening to the lake freeze. He was making a groaning, cracking noise as it froze in real time. Yeah, I've been up north at the North Shore when they've had stuff like that. And you can have, I forgot what they call it, but there's this moment where when it's starting to melt, that the water starts churning and it will start pushing the ice up on shore from the lake, but you can watch it happen.
Yeah.
It's coming in fast enough that you can actually see it coming in like this, but it can literally knock over a house. So if it's happened, they've had some years where it's bad enough that they have to go out there and try to chop it down or something, because it was like attacking. And I believe that's up in the North Shore. It's crazy. But yeah, the sounds you'll hear from that is pretty nuts. If you really feel small, you get warm and surrounded by fellow campers. Yeah, I think like I would rather glamp than camp.
Yeah, no.
Because it's just, to me, it's not like camping is fun, but it's all the other hard effort for stuff that I just don't care about. I like being out with nature and stuff, but
You cook food, you start a fire, you fish,
I'm not a big fan of
chill.
fishing.
Well, if you're not a fan of fishing, you're not a fan of camping, because that's what anybody with any sense
Yeah,
wants
that's
to
but
camp.
I'm not a fan of fishing. So normally if like my brother and my dad would go fishing and stuff, I just didn't care enough. I don't care. I love game.
You're gonna get bored if you don't like fishing out there.
I like video game fishing.
Yeah.
That's actually one of my favorite mini games in like almost anything, any video games. Oh, this is
There
too.
really isn't much else to do. There's stare at
too
the
aggressive.
fire, cook food, and fish. So if you-
Well, we would go out on expeditions. Like, we're gonna go around this lake and we want to see what's over there and stuff.
that's
And
not interesting.
it was just relaxing. Otherwise, if you're at camp, you go swimming. You would go. They had hiking trails in there, so you go to the shore and they had a hiking trail up into the woods. So there's stuff to do. But it was mainly just chill. In the winter, it was a little more interesting because there was like Indian drawings on one of the sides of a river, but it was river up right up the wall. But when it's frozen, you can walk up to it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool.
Yes, hello, Nolan.
Hello. Well, actually, I wanted to ask you guys. So, hey, we have a busy week coming up, right?
Yeah, I mean, no. I mean, it's going to be busy chill.
But Monster Hunter comes out Thursday.
Uh-huh.
So I'm thinking I kind of want to do Monster Hunter on Friday instead of
Okay.
SFM stuff.
Okay.
Because after that, it's going to be harder to find time for stuff for a little while. And it's just coming out. So I'm kind of tempted to do that because then I will have 2 good days of kind of playing it Thursday and Friday. And then I don't have to
What about the horse?
worry.
It looks sad.
Horses aren't going anywhere. Michael, their horses will be here for you. Good. These old models, their eyes will close in the final. It's just right now the preview doesn't look like they're closing. But yeah, so I'm not sure on that, but I think I might do that. Kyle said he's fully available Friday. I'm gonna guess Mitch is. And if you're wanting to play too.
Yeah. Is it on PC or Wii? Or Switch, sorry.
I thought you were doing a joke, and then you weren't doing a joke. You were just, it wasn't a joke, it was stroke.
At least I'm not saying old man.
No, it'll be
or Nintendo.
it's on Steam. I can get the discount through Green Man though. I gotta
Yeah.
get Kyle his.
They call me old man.
Okay, so her head bob is kind of aggressive. I want to clear that.
Derpy is cute. That is a solid statement, Philip. Thank you for saying that. In fact, we need more derpies in all these videos, and they need to be like doing cute stuff. Just need to find a video with bunnies in it, and then just animate that, but with horses. And the bunnies could be in like little pellets and stuff. It would be adorable. But the horse. That's where that is. Oh, cookie. Come get that cookie. I could make cookies, but I don't want to. Like, I keep thinking about, like, we got everything to make cookies. I could totally do that, but I don't really like cookies that much. You know, I think we have everything for snickerdoodles. I could totally make snickerdoodles.
I'm thinking for the bits. Nolan, what if Derpy was an ant? Derp ant.
Derp ant?
You could put her
I already
in
made
Deep
Lyra
Rock.
ant.
Yeah. You could put her in Deep Rock too.
We don't need derp ants. We already have lyans. Every time I type in lyant, though, it says, "Did you mean tyrant?" And I have to tell Google no.
No, I'm a degenerate, please.
Yes. I learned something today. A Minnesota term for a food I was unaware of until today. Are you aware, as a Minnesotan, of something called, and it's very much just a different food that Minnesotans have renamed because that's what they think is clever. I think it was referred to as a beef commercial.
What?
Beef commercial. I talked to two Minnesotans, and one of them said it, and the other one knew exactly what he was talking about. Do you not know what a beef commercial is? Because I just learned about it today.
If you explain what it is.
It's basically just like roast beef on toast with gravy and mashed potatoes.
Never heard it in my life.
Okay.
Not once.
Maybe they're effing with me. I don't know. They seem very excited about beef commercial. I typed in beef commercial and sure
No, no. What are you doing?
Sure enough, it was food.
Okay. Like, then they're like, make sure you turn safe search off.
Yes. But apparently it's a Minnesotan thing. I don't know if Denise is here. Maybe she can confirm or deny what a beef commercial. Apparently it was also turkey commercial, which was the same thing. But
I've
turkey.
never heard either of those in my entire career as a Minnesotan.
Well, then they're just crazy.
Not once.
We
So
we got 5 people working at our place, and only 2 of them are from Minnesota. The rest of us are from abroad.
abroad?
Abroad. Others.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, your mother was abroad.
Haha. No, I feel like I need to ask this of some other Minnesotans. John.
Well, I heard about one from Kentucky. It was called Lemon Party.
No.
Right?
You can look it up on the internet.
No, we're not Googling that one. Don't Google. No.
No, see, don't.
That's old. That's old. The problem is there was a period of
fell
time
for
where
it.
if you told anybody to do it, they knew what it was.
Yeah.
But I think we're past that now, so don't.
So it can happen all over again.
Yeah.
And you've just started it. It died for a reason. No, I remember exactly where I was when I fell for that one. Let me see. I'll type in beef commercial. And see
No.
Yes.
Why are you doing this? Food.
Beef commercial.
Such a
Campaign was
small motion.
the camp. Oh. Minnesota. Beef commercial is also known as a hot beef sandwich.
Like I kind of heard of a hot beef sandwich. I haven't really heard of a beef commercial.
Yeah.
Because that sounds like back during the Prohibition.
Yeah.
Like you want to go get a lickety split? Like they just like it's a code word for something else.
Apparently, it was named. Sam's named after a traveling salesman who was also known as commercial traveler. They needed a fast and filling meal before they left. Before their train left station. So the beef commercial was for traveling salesmen who needed a quick meal. But it's very much a Minnesotan thing, apparently. Minnesota comfort food. Yeah, I think we just had a different name for it. I don't remember what it was. It was just beef and mashed potatoes and gravy on toast. Yeah, I just learned about it today, so I feel like a sore right on the tip of my nose.
Well, at least if it's a Minnesota thing, it's nothing that I have ever had or plan to have.
I think I've eaten it, but it didn't go by that name.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is I never heard it by that name.
Yeah.
It sounds something familiar.
It sounds like something I ate in a
But-
TV dinner once or something.
Yeah, but I'm gonna go get a 3-way and a beef commercial.
Yes, I don't know which one sounds worse.
I know, no, they go together.
I don't know. All the gravy.
Okay, I think I can kind of call it good because this is going to be transitioning probably from 5 to 7, maybe a little bit more, to have the fade. So it doesn't need to have her with much detail, any of that. I might just add little more nuance to the character. But what I like about having moving camera is she can kind of just stand there and be fine. Though I think the lighting is a little strong. Buzzy.
I'm dying. Oh, Gorilla Man. You got here just in time to watch him die.
I have.
Threatening. You know, one thing I found funny today? It's like when people say, have a nice day, it's differently than enjoy the next 24
Yeah,
hours.
I just read that. That was good. I was trying to remember the wording and then you said
It's
it.
like, enjoy the next 24 hours.
I like the thought of normal phrases reworded to make them fake threats. I like that.
It's good stuff. Relaxation. Every time I look at these ponies, I want them to do something, but I'm never sure what it is. I think it's come through the screen, but they can't ever do that. It's frustrating. Make that horse come through the computer screen. Oh, she's stuck on the other side.
The thing that's kind of annoying with SFM though is so right now the focal length is staying right in the middle of her eye, which is what I normally try to aim for. But if I switch to 4K, I don't know why, but the preview window or the way that 4K renders for this distance is probably fine. For this close, it might start getting to be more of an issue, but the closer an object is, there's like an error ratio or something to where like 720 or to 4K, that focal distance changes. It is, and what you see isn't quite exactly what it is. And it's really annoying because I'll have to I'll render it and I'll notice it's blurry. And I'll go in here and it's blurry. And then I have to go and correct the focal distance for 4K. SFM, great program, but there's so many little nuances of things that are super annoying. And I just hate. Yeah, I'm not a fan of her lighting. I think I know what I'm going for. A strong lighting from below kind of gives like an ominous, whatever science feeling. But I think I need to do just stronger rim lighting.
Wait.
Well, you know what? This lighting is probably correct for.
2 minutes, wait a second.
It's probably the lighting for this, and. Yeah, it's probably the lighting specifically for this shot, but when it switches to the close camera, I'm going to have to redo the lighting. That's probably why it looks off. I'll have to have the lighting churn to be a little bit easier, because when you start going around the character, I might be able to use the same ones. But I can't animate them because if they're gonna blend, I can't have the camera or the lights moving in the other shot. So I might just have to like call later. Oh, Frosty Vodka.
I have a
What are you
question. In Tiny Tina's Wonderland, was she kind of like a scientist?
In Wonderlands?
Well, like when she's a child. 'Cause she's a child in that one, right?
Well, she's a child in all the games except 3.
Okay.
3, I think she gets a little older. Is it 3?
Is she a child?
She's for most of Borderlands, she's a kid.
Yeah. And is she kind of a scientist kid?
She's demolitions expert, but she's crazy.
Yeah.
I would
So
call her a
thinking-
scientist.
I was
though.
thinking like sci-fi, sci-fi, but Philly sci-fi, which would be super cute. And you could just use her audio. You just need a Philly sci-fi.
She's the voice is very different.
Yeah, but it's a child.
There's a
It's the mannerisms the same. That's what's important.
no,
They're not. Okay.
no. She's crazy, but she's a different type of crazy.
Okay.
Like Dr. Sparrow was, because Tiny Tina is basically a very troubled child that is on the brink of psychological collapse and is doing everything possible to survive by crazy methods. Because her like parents were murdered, everything she known is dead, and every now and then there's a little glimpse into her back end of her brain, and she gets then super defensive. But yeah, she's just psychotic. Well, Dr. Sparrow is fun.
Okay.
But
I don't know enough about Borderlands.
There's a lot of audio from her though.
Yeah. And that's a sci-fi Philly would be super cute.
I might need to change the eye lighting. This eye lighting, the one I did that's a little bit more lower on these eyes, works pretty well for the old eye types, but for the new eye types, not so much. It's usually better just to cover the whole eye. Because this one gives a little bit more of that depth where you get the light kind of on that little circle, and I kind of like that. But it just makes it so that the brighter area is brighter and the darker area is darker. Is there anything else? I really don't want to redo the lighting on this right now because I'd have to like put these in a lot of folders and then divvy up which ones are useful for certain shots and then figure out how to adjust them. And then like you have to turn some on, some off. I don't want to deal with that right now. Is there anything else in the background I need to add? She's kind of by herself during all this, so I don't need to worry about like a secondary person with her. The screens kind of blank. Having science on them could be helpful. I have some, because I can't really overlay a texture for like certain things going on because you can see this is the same texture for all 3 of these.
I mean, you could just keep them
All
off or
three of
make
these.
them blue.
No, because you can just do like a pull up code, put it in a texture as an overlay, a light overlay, and then shine it at the screen. That's what I did with wait. Gotta set this one to also go to VLC. In this trailer. Yeah, for this. That's just a gobo light.
Yeah.
So this wasn't a gobo light. This actually was just an overlay in After Effects. But yeah, this was because if you just did the texture with it, it's not going to glow correctly. But if you just did a volumetric or not a volumetric, a gobo light with it, it pops. That looks really good. But yeah. Did I hide anything in these? I don't think so.
You put the password in, right?
CMC 3BFF.
Love it.
I remember, I think it was, there was, where I don't look at it. This was so funny.
Best friends forever.
The fun, what did I call the final video? In the stable.
You're
run
back.
horse.
Please work, please work, please work. Enough to get me.
Where are you? Oh, this is...
The timer decision was made.
I'm ready to go. Check.
They still
Apple.
praise Celestia down there, like hardcore.
I thought it was right here.
Hearing anything negative
Or is
about
it just
her pissed them
beforehand?
off.
Final check.
Which screen was
Apple.
it? Because this shows... This is supposed to be Velvet, so we made it. We had a conversation with the group that made put this together of like, what level should she be?
What level should?
Or no, like little.
Pip
This
be?
says little Pip, but
Yeah,
that
it's still Little Pips.
so like she's of some level with whatever. I think she's level 20.
It says 3, I think.
No, this is something 0.
Okay.
Health potion, and one. I put Velvet Remedy as a healing item.
Feels good.
No, maybe it was this one earlier. Yeah, it was this one.
These velvets.
This right here.
Mm-hmm.
What day is it?
5/13.
We had to figure that out.
Yeah.
So like, okay, we're a certain amount of years in the future, and this is based on some other date. And so we were basing this on, okay, if we're saying that we're 1,000 years past something, and then there's this, no, well, 1,000, you know, at year 1047
Yeah.
is the idea, or 1247 or something like that. And so we had to come with that. And then it was saying later in the series it got cold, like that it was certain types of seasons, whatever. So we had to imply that based on things coming later and where it is now, that is probably spring, like mid-spring. So we did May, and then we had to figure out, okay, based on the book, what time of day is it? And so we had to make it like, it was surprising how something small like this was difficult. All the text that's on here was a lot of thought went into.
Like next week's show, but she didn't check it because it wasn't gonna happen.
Yeah, exactly. So she ignored her shows. So birthday party request, changed the lineup tonight. Next week's show, she didn't read any of those because she was planning to leave. But from a fan, she still cared about her people.
Yeah.
First aid 101 and then journal entries. She did read those.
First aid 101. She knows she's going out to the wasteland. She's gonna need that.
Yeah. So I tried, there's like little tidbits that
Like
were
it.
little on there. And then here, this just means nothing. But I tried to like, this is like 3 different layers of text where some was deleted, and so that it would be a little darker. And then I made sure that this was bold so that it stood out more. So yeah, it was surprising amount of our effort put into just making text on a pip buck.
I do like that little nods, like the things she was caring about and the things she wasn't.
Here, Velvet's level 12. She has the health potions. I don't think I put too much on this one. This took 3 different renders because SFM doesn't do blinkiness like that. So I'd have 1 black, 1 red, and then 1 green.
Mhm.
So, yeah, the pip bucks were a complicated little thing. But yeah, so I can do text like that. I'm just wondering if I want to have text on the screens, I gotta have to do it different on all of them, and then you probably have to have little graphs on some.
Or I could just make them blue glowing or leave them all.
Off seems weird. They're doing science. Hello, Big Derp.
Yeah, well, not everybody's in today.
I can't do it right now because I don't have Adobe installed yet. I have a list of things I still need to install, but that's not one of them.
You just have them glowing blue or green. That's all I would do.
No.
They're not being used. Nobody's at them. You turn on your computer when you're not at work,
No, they just have data like status checks and stuff.
but nobody's checking them.
These are status computers. Those aren't work computers. These are ones for like showing things going on, like kind of like this one's doing.
Yeah. I was
Just-
already doing it.
Yeah, but that one's different. Getting it to scroll text like that is actually pretty easy though. I know how to do that. But I'd have to override the text, or the texture. But because these 3 are the same and these 3 are the same, that means that if I overrode the one, it would be identical for the other
You're just
2.
not going to see any of the text on them.
No, you're not. That's why it doesn't matter. You just put random gobbledygook on there.
Yeah.
You just look up code and then just whatever. I want to at least do some of them because I feel like without it, this just feels dark and empty. Though I'm also not a huge fan that, that like this ceiling is just dark. There's nothing, it should be brighter. Does that affect the far? Does not. So
I thought you created the lighting like this to give it a sort of ambiance.
well, this lighting right now is exactly the same lighting for far away. So I need to redo that lighting specific to that shot so that it better fits their positioning and stuff. It fits really well with this. I really like how this turned out. The bright light coming from behind and everything. I like that, but it just doesn't work for the rest. And we'll have to like, Ghost Horse needs to be doing stuff. I need to have other people kind of doing stuff in the background because I want to make this look busy. Like maybe have like a scientist walking through here or another one looking over here. I want to make it look busy, but I wanted those two for sure.
Wasn't it Derpy who delivered the letter to the apple snack? Like that told him what actually happened or something. With involves the apple jack. I'm just trying to work Derpy into the video.
I mean, the apple no.
I want whatever scene.
Only if we'll put Derpy in here. Only if you're the one that it goes into Blender and cuts her tongue off.
No, it's to pre-war Derpy.
No, this is no. It has to happen. She's never gonna open her mouth.
Rude.
We just need to. We need you to give some clarification.
Because it's kind of implied it didn't happen crazy long ago by the time the story started.
And I think lighting wise, nothing up here matters because it's really not visible.
You just can't get a Derpy down. Which is good because you would go feral if they did.
What's that screen?
Can't keep a good.
That's not a
Derpy
screen.
down.
It's just a computer somethings. And I don't think I have to put anything more in that hallway.
I'm guessing it's
Oh, they're just checking about when my dad's gonna get out of the hospital.
Oh, he's still in.
Yeah, they're supposed to be out by 9, but they said it's gonna be a little later.
Yeah, they are always slow to discharge. It's kind of frustrating. Quick to get you in, slow to let you leave.
Yeah, I guess the halls don't really matter because you can't really see them. And if I feel like if I put anything of detail in them from this shot, it's just gonna look like pulling away from her specifically. So the thing that should I put ceiling lights though? Because I feel like
Mario Pony was built rapidly and
well, you would think that
probably be like bare minimum on a lot of things, with the exception to like the offices they greet people in.
I feel the feeling that the light that's shining down here is cutting just short.
So it makes a lot of sense that the facility would be mostly just poured concrete. They needed a structure and they needed it quick.
Oh, hall lamps.
I think I
hall
actually
lamps.
watched a thing about how impractical the movie Ready Player One is with the trailers all stacked on top of each other. Like, that's not the cheapest way to build residential. We already do the cheapest way. It's called concrete. You just poured concrete everything.
It's an aesthetic.
Yeah. But they were trying to emphasize like how poor it is, so that's how they like build structures. And like, no, not only is that crazy dangerous, it's not even the cheapest way to go about it.
What light?
If your walls are made of concrete, that is the cheapest way to build walls.
So there is hall lights here, but apparently, okay, oscillation volumetric. No, that's not it. There we go. Why? What light? Oh, there it is. I just hit it. Back hall ambient. Okay, so this just needs a little bit more distance. Oh no, it doesn't. What's... Why are you making line? Wait. Oh, you're coming from here. Oh, then it's cut on. Or min distance. There we go. Really tight margin there. That's fine. That's better. Okay. But there's no ceiling lights on here, and I feel like I could put wall lights instead.
There would be lights in this room because this is where they're working.
Well, those make sense.
Yeah.
It's in this hall. There's no lights, but I think it'd probably make more sense to put like wall lights on here.
I think it would be like
That's the biggest thing.
fluorescent light strips.
It's only like these.
I think almost fluorescence.
No, these are old. We're going fluorescent sounds too new. They're going
That is
incandescent.
not new. They've been using
There we go.
fluorescents in,
Something like this. With the little like guards on it.
Probably in a submarine.
Yeah. Kind of. This thing is built like a tank.
Yeah. But like fluorescent lighting has been used in schools since like the 1980s.
Yeah, but we're talking. This is like This is based from 1950s.
Kinda.
It's Fallout.
There's tons of fluorescent lighting in Fallout.
Well, that's lies.
Fluorescent lighting. We talked about this last time. It's Tesla who came up with fluorescent lighting.
For All Mankind thing, one that I like, they mentioned they have electric cars.
Yeah.
Because their idea was if the space race has continued as it was, the technology for the moon rovers were enhancing battery tech a lot, and therefore it eventually made its way to the market where they had enhanced battery tech in cars. It were very bad and very rough, but it was early, and that was like what, 1970s?
Well, they had electric cars as far back as like Edison days. They just didn't.
Oh no, that was like one you could buy,
Yeah.
like mass produced. But the guy that had one did mention that thing was trying to kill him.
I think the biggest holdup for electric vehicles was just that we had gas, so electric was
Gas was cheap.
Yeah, gas was super.
Gas was cheap and batteries sucked.
Yeah, batteries sucked, and there wasn't really the push for environmentally friendly as there is now. Because we realized that it is actually getting hot.
Well, the heat was one thing, but just the amount of power it ate too. But the best batteries they had were lead acid, and I don't think you're going to be making a car on a lead acid battery.
They did. They didn't get very far, and they were very heavy.
Yeah, that was the problem. Is you need distance. Gas was just better, and they make mention in the show too, of like yeah, I'll stick with my car, and just vroom vroom away.
Yeah, battery tech was kind of ignored. I feel like we could have gone further in that aspect. I mean, I don't completely agree that more money would have gotten us any further into space any quicker. Because
No, it's just saying that being that they were putting more budget into space rovers and they had no gas on the moon, so they just needed batteries for everything. That they significantly improved it to the point of lithium. Like even at that point, because the budget was much higher. But that's what I kind of like about it. I'm liking seeing it. Kind of feels Fallout-esque, where you're getting like tech that exists now, but on older kind of tech, and so they're kind of trying to figure out how to merge it in their current. And
it wasn't America who discovered the lithium battery, though. It was Japan.
Yeah, but again, this show is based on alternate history.
Yeah. It was might be wrong. I believe it was Panasonic. And the guy who invented it got a Nobel Peace Prize.
That's what I was afraid of.
Nobel Peace Prizes?
No. Those lights. When you put all the blending of everything in, they just kind of almost pop too much. But these are 100% self-illuminating. So let's try its skin. I'm guessing off.
Well, when your petroleum's going to go further than battery. Well, it only went further because they weren't developing battery tech, really.
Yeah, they had no need to.
Yeah.
But if you had a future where battery tech had a use, and in that show, so For All Mankind's about an alternate future where Russia beats America to the moon, and that just accelerates the space race more. And
what's the next big step? It's Mars, isn't it? How you gonna? That's a. Getting to the moon is one thing. Getting to Mars is a whole other beast.
So they bring up. So right now on the moon for that, they have a space base. They're landed in a place where water exists because then they can make rocket fuel. But Russia is on the other side of that same crater, and there's a lot of tension that builds up for that. But their whole thing is planning Mars in the next 10 years. But then things keep happening that causes military conflicts that causes that to be delayed.
Yeah.
So, but I think the series gets there. I'm only on season 2, and season 4 is out, and season 5 is in the works.
Yeah.
So, but it seems like every season's like a 10-year jump, at least. The season 1 to 2 was 10 years, and in there's a 1-year gap too. But then I think there's an even much bigger gap after the next one. So,
right.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm not seeing Self-Illume Tint do anything here, which is weird because unless it's that's probably the base texture. This is the one I'm actually looking to do. Stop it. It's just super long name and it's being annoying.
I think we know solid state lithium ions are feasible, and we're probably not too far behind from having feasible solid state sodium ion batteries. And once they're out, there'll never be another reason to go back to petroleum cars. Because when you're building your renewable energy source out of primarily salt,
but no resource is unlimited.
we got a lot of salt.
We do, but
We're eating it.
yeah, but no, there's other uses.
We're giving it to horses to lick.
There's lots of other uses for it, but just because something's in abundance doesn't mean that you can just suddenly use as much as you want. All it's going to do is cause it to be a scarcity elsewhere. No resources in infinite. It's just that by our human timescale, some could be considered infinite. Sun is from our timescale infinite.
Yes.
Wind is infinite.
Yeah.
But if you made too much wind stuff, you're going to potentially affect wind cycles. Salt, you're eventually just going to cause shortages. Unless you start doing like asteroid mining, which is still a limited resource.
There is one truly limitless resource. And we have theories
Love.
on how to harvest it, but no, gravity.
Yeah, but gravity, if you want to use it as a power source, you'd still have to figure out how to get.
Well, if you had like multiple bodies rotating around each other and those bodies were solid state magnets, that's large scale theoretical. But
It doesn't matter because
I like wave generation.
even if they're spinning, the only way to get power out of them is to interact with them, which slows them down.
Wave generation. Infinite.
Wave generation?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Ocean waves. It's harnessing ocean waves.
But that's
the moon's gravity.
that, yeah,
the Earth's gravity.
but that's
it's limitless.
yeah. But in doing so, if you made it large enough, you would affect tides. You would affect how the ocean moves.
But it would still be limitless.
Oh no, because if you were to completely block off the entire ocean, you would shut down. UK would freeze.
Yes. But the energy source would be limitless, even if you fucked over the UK. And
Well, yeah, but you can say the same thing about burning fuel.
No, because the fuel will eventually run out. The moon's gravitational pull won't run out.
Yeah, well,
I'm gonna spend it all.
no, well, from our time scale, probably not, but it is. The moon's leaving us.
We just push it back a little bit.
Put an engine on the moon. Yeah, just we'll get it back. The moon's running away.
But gravity is a limitless resource. We are harnessing it a little bit in that capacity, but it's not future.
I liked they don't do it, but I loved gravity as energy storage
Yeah.
of you use solar panels to move a very super heavy piece of earth upwards,
Yeah.
and then overnight you let it go and it will run gears as gravity just
Wouldn't
pulls it
makes
back
more
down.
sense to pump water up and then have it run back down during not a huge piece of earth.
Because like desert,
Yeah.
there's just certain places where you just have large amounts of land.
Yeah.
But it's just you're turning gravity and using potential energy to make stuff, which I thought was neat. But I thought there was some challenge, like maintenance wise, that's got to be a hell to try to keep everything working. And plus, you're taking something that is very heavy and having it move a very small like engine to have it go down slow. That sounds like some precision shit that would just be hell to maintain. But it's kind of free.
Like the general idea is that there's no such thing as free energy, but we also, as from a scientific perspective, don't really understand gravity all that well. It doesn't fit within a lot of our other models.
The way I always see it is there's no such thing as free energy, but from a human time scale, yes, there can be free energy. It's just because there is no way in our human existence that we would ever be able to potentially, like Dyson spheres types of stuff like that, we would just never be able to utilize that energy in our life scale.
But like, nothing. If the moon wasn't slowly moving off, nothing would ever stop the tide.
But again, for our time scale, the moon's not going anywhere.
Yes.
What about stopping the smooze?
Can't stop the smooze.
Yeah, so unlimited power.
Unlimited
We just need
power.
the smooze power.
Unlimited horse juice.
The power of the smooze. Let's see here. Where are we going? Read. Who's on right now? A ruse of a smooze. Solar Eclipse is on. He's not. I was gonna say, it says he's playing Sea of Thieves, but that looks like he's still playing My Hero Academia.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing I've seen him play. Quillo's on. Doing software and game development, which I don't know if that's exciting, but Quillo Minar is a great guy. I think we're gonna go hang out over there. If you don't know who Quillo Minar is, he was an early SFM animator, did a lot of really cool animations. He did an Alishai one. He did some stuff for Doors. Great stuff. He just hasn't really done much of it in many years, but really fun guy. Met him at BronyCon a few times. But we'll head over to Quillo. So say hi to Quillo, and
He's not a horse.
he's horse fan.
Where's his horse tag?
We're heading over there.
Has he got a horse tag? Software and game development.
Maybe I was doing Godot.
That's
Oh,
not.
it's actually kind of cool. We'll see when he gets there.
Scream at him. Look at his nose.
Versus free energy as long as the neighbors don't discover your extension cord.
Yes. Yes, that's how to get free energy. Go to your neighbors and plug into their outlet. Free energy! You did it. You solved the energy crisis.
Okay, there. You turn up the volume coming from that computer. It's pretty low for some reason.
I think he's trying to build this game.
But thank you to Kenny HQ for the follow. Thank you to Nellen and Sunset for the cheers. Thank you very much. Yeah, he's making a game.
It was like a very simple game.
Well, don't be building your first game to be a huge expensive thing. Funny thing is, I was going to direct the raid to Quillo. Really, it's good to see some people still remember him, and you did. Oh, okay, so, but yeah, we'll be back. We'll be back Friday. Like I said, though, I am highly considering that we're going to stream Monster Hunter instead of SFM. I don't know if it'll go a little later because of that or not, but we only have a couple days to play it before we have guests, so I want to take advantage of it. So, otherwise, we'll see you guys on Friday. So, bye bye.
Bye-bye.